going on with Jeezy? Here we go.
Y'all, people can't be that stupid. Please tell me people are not so stupid as be buying this BS that Jeezy, known colorist, known texturist, known F-boy is out here pushing. Y'all, if you don't know, Jeezy is doing a tell-all interview with Nia Long. Now, he's giving us a preview of it, y'all. And you know what is so disappointing? People is eating this mess up right and left. Now, listen, they don't got anything to do with Jeannie Mai, because we don't even need to talk about Jeannie. We can talk about the Black women that Jeezy has used, exploited, abandoned, and the children he barely fathers. But through all that, all it took, right? All it took was for him to literally do an interview with Miss Nia Long, which might I say, people are saying that Jeezy is dating Nia Long. If it is, I have some thoughts on that too.
Oh my. My God. Well,
because Nia Long, I can't. Where do we start? There's so much to start. Where do we start? Okay, let's start with the basics, right? Let's start with the basics. Jeezy's doing a tell-all with Nia Long. The one sentence he wanted us to hear is this. Let me see if I can play it for y'all. Just listen to this mess, this BS. Hold on, turn the sound up. We're about to discuss. Hold on, let's get this going.
A few moments
welcome Phoenix Soul in the house. Here we go.
later.
Where are we at?
Yeah, we're believing when you say that.
What does it mean?
Me too. I want to see getting rights.
Uh-huh.
I think it's really important for Black men to have these conversations.
When we're the most. Sisters, I'm a great man. I'm a great person.
He said, it's time when we are at our lowest that we need our Black sisters.
Oh, man.
I want to see getting rights.
Uh-huh.
I think it's really important for Black men to have these conversations.
When we're the most. Sisters, I'm a great man. I'm a great person.
He said,
you have to tell somebody you're a great man and a great person. You probably are not. Because it would seem stupid if you were a great man and a great person, then people would already know, right? So why would you have to tell them? That's like being a football player, like being a quarterback and go, hey, yeah, you walk on the field, right? You walk on the field, you know, and you look at your fellow players and go, yeah, I'm a quarterback. That's how dumb it is. Here we go.
It's time when we are at our lowest that we need our Black sisters.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Jeezy's full of shit. He's left numerous women behind with kids. He made a point of leaving this woman, Jeannie Mai, his preference, along with the kid. This dude is exactly why the Black community is what it is. The fact that he had the nerve to say, and I'm going to let Tisa tell us.
He said, it's time when we are at our lowest that we need our Black sisters.
So basically, what he's saying is that y'all are supposed to pick him up when he's down, though he already spit on you. That's pretty disgusting when you think about it. He represents a large portion of the Black male population. I guarantee you a lot of Black men think just like he does. He just gave away that what he thinks about black women. What he needs to do is take the extra time he has right now and focus on taking care of his kids, but he doesn't do that.
Oh, people from that dusty and dumb brigade is rallying behind it. Let me tell y'all something, right? Gypsy ain't nothing but a salesman. The same way he was moving weight and pushing snow through the community, literally exploiting and poisoning the community. You can glamorize it all you want. That's what he was doing. He was moving weight through the community, exploiting and poisoning the community for his own financial benefit. And you can admire if you want.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was a drug dealer, too. Yep.
Bars.
What a pillar of the community.
But listen, at the end of the day, he has finally dipped in to the last play that every Dusty in America does.
Welcome to Dusty's in the Dozens by the dozens.
Now, when you're at your lowest, you need your black women standing by you. And all these pick-me-chas are like, yeah. Could you finally think you up next? It's at your times when we're at our lowest, we need our black sisters, and y'all somehow, not y'all, right? But the dummies in the back somehow are like fighting to get that gold star on their forehead.
Remember, this is after their long-winded speeches about not needing black women, wanting to date out, seeing that other cultures of women are better choices for them, them making it clear that they are not going to protect black women at all.
Get your food! If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh my God, I said one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
All that other stuff, and then he has the nerve to say, let me bring it back.
Where are we at?
When you say that,
What does it mean?
me too. I want to see getting rights.
Uh-huh.
I think it's really important for black men to have these conversations.
Times when you're the most. Sisters, I'm a great man. I'm a great person.
He said,
All right, let me pause that right there. That's just a little intro going on. Guess what's going on with Kendrick Lamar? Let's find out right now. Here we go. Wait. Let me fast forward that, past the beat. Here we go.
Where he lived as a little boy. While attending Centennial High School, it was evident he had a gift after developing a love for writing poetry. Wherever he went, he saw a potential audience as an opportunity for him to get the 4 things he wanted the most: social power, influence, respect, and attention from girls. While in school, he started dating fellow student Whitney Alford. Not much is known about Whitney outside of the lengthy captions she sometimes leaves on her Instagram posts. She was born in May 1986, and she reportedly had a troubled relationship with her African-American father. In an Instagram post, she wrote that she witnessed most fathers run away from their responsibilities. It made her realize they were running from their own pain and lacked the skills to properly communicate. Because of this, Father's Day was one of the most difficult holidays for her to celebrate.
Wait a minute. I thought black men were the most involved fathers. What happened with this young lady? What did she do wrong?
Kendrick released his first mixtape in high school, and after graduating in 2006, he skipped college to pursue a career in the music industry. As
He's a good rapper, though. I will say that much.
for Whitney, she enrolled at California State University, Long Beach, and obtained a degree in accounting. She later became a licensed esthetician. Say she went from numbers to needles. Okay, then. Okay. On his 2009 mixtape called the Kendrick Lamar EP, there's a song called She Needs Me. In the lyrics, Kendrick talks about a flawless woman who has confidence in how she carries herself. At the beginning of the song, he insists that she needs him to be happy. But by the time the song is over, he realizes that he's the one who can't live without her.
Well, let's see what happens.
Following year, he released another mixtape called Overly Dedicated. On the track Growing Apart to Get Closer, he alludes to being a little cheater, pumpkin eater.
See, that's really the core problem that a lot of men in the community have, is that when you do find a woman who cares about you and you even deem her as special to you, you still cheat on her. And then then you go running over to some other channel to get mad when somebody else gives you that karma back.
Oh,
Here we go. Here we go.
He raps.
Testing, testing.
Meanwhile, I'm in these streets with everybody. I'm trying to get it and she know they got me. I watch her feelings watch me as they staring with the saddest eyes of loneliness.
Child, what the was that? That's not rapping. That's just talking. You just own a track talking. This should just be an EP of poetry, okay? That ain't rapping.
RG is funny as hell. Let me make sure I hit that like
Child,
button.
boys, my ass.
And then came 2011. He appeared on Drake's Take Care album on the song Buried Alive interlude. Kendrick raps, the reason why my best friend says she love me more than life, but I live a double life and need to let her go.
I'm about sick of his.
A double life. Uh-oh, what does that mean? What does that mean?
That ain't rapping.
We believe it was around this time that he
I'm seeking knowledge in the house.
and Whitney broke up, and he started dating a rapper named Nitty Scott. Nitty told Hot 97 that they were together.
Remember now, I'm not here to just we're here to learn something. She loves him a lot. She loved him a lot. Kendrick Lamar, she loved him a lot. She gave him all her love. He cheated on her, knowing she is a good woman. Knowing she's a good woman, he still cheats on her. Okay, and then they move on. This is very common in our community. But why are these men on here blaming women when they had their chance? Remember now, Kendrick Lamar, he was held down. Okay, beautiful sister right here, held him down, was there for him all the time, even when he was cheating. So this is, and you want to try to blame Black women, really, for real. Welcome to Dusty's by the Dozen. And painfully enough, as much as I love, as far as the rap skills of Kendrick Lamar, which are real, one of the few real rap artists out there. Yeah, unfortunately, it's turning out to be the same Black man. Here we go.
And he started dating a rapper named Nitty Scott. Nitty told Hot 97 that they were together prior to the release of Kendrick's 2011 debut studio album. Nitty said that the people in charge of her career didn't think Kendrick was a good look for her, and they were uncomfortable with the relationship. Due to outside influences, their relationship was unable to flourish.
That was my boo. I was seeing him and him only for at least.
Wait, I want you to hear that again. This is coming from a woman who was in the rap game. Listen to this again. Listen it close.
With the relationship, due to outside influences, their relationship was unable to flourish.
That was my boo. I was seeing him and him only for.
She said, I was seeing him and him only. Now that's what you call fit, feminine, friendly, and submissive right there. Let's find out what happened anyway. She was another gorgeous Black woman, by the way. Here we go.
For at least a year.
And you guys are still cool?
Yeah, that is still the homie.
RRG can confirm that she's still following him on Instagram.
Y'all so damn nosy.
Kendrick released Good Kid, Mad City in 2012. He was nominated for several Grammys and won a handful of awards, including Best Rap Album and Album of the Year.
I'm saying, I mean, this guy has so much talent, but it just seems like there's a difference from having transformative talent like he has to, there's a difference between that and being a good person in a relationship.
Lyrics, Kendrick divulged his inner struggles, most notably in the song Swimming Pools, where he raps about his troubles with alcohol and his family's history of addiction. Behind the scenes, he was also dealing with low self-esteem, and he found it difficult to accept that he deserved to be where he was in his career. He told Rolling Stone he also had a lot of discomfort, especially being around white people, because he never had a lot of interactions with them while growing up. He added, but at the same time, you're excited because you're in a different environment. The world keeps going outside the neighborhood. Another issue he had to face was his extreme desire to be alone. His mom told the magazine he was always a loner, and he spent most of his time in the corner of a room observing.
Well, that keeps you alive. That's for one thing. So it ain't bad to be alone. Just lonely is the problem.
helping people.
I told y'all Kendrick needs some therapy. He needs some therapy, okay? Because if he thought that was rapping on them first albums and he was just talking, it was like he was giving him
See, it's so funny. RG, I got to add it to you. You got jokes.
self-therapy into talking. That wasn't rapping. In the Talk album, we're going to call that the Talk EP. He need therapy. Bless his heart.
Billboard magazine defined him as an introvert with an extrovert's job. Kendrick,
Yep, basically, In the House, Why Sick of Knowledge, Phoenix Soul, and Edward Blackman. Let's keep
told
it
the
going.
publication that he was often called a recluse, and there was a lot of truth in that title. He hit the road and started touring across the globe. During a 2013 chat with Erykah Badu for Interview magazine, it was clear he was still living single. Erykah asked about his protocol for choosing the right groupies to join him for the night.
With her freaky self. I wonder if she gave him a free sample of her incense. I think I
Oh, what?
might sell me some Auntie Regina incense. Would y'all buy that if we put it in the snacks?
Kendrick answered that he was too paranoid that an innocent and consensual act could be misconstrued, leading to allegations that could ruin his life. When Erykah asked him to
That's not bad at all.
name the one person in his crew
Literally a man who's cautious. So he might have been messy in some relationships, but at least he's trying to be cautious.
who lets him know when he's being an a-hole, Kendrick said he had two, but the main one was a lady friend he had known since high school. He added, she has always been someone since day one who has said something whenever I'm an asshole or also if I'm doing something positive, but more so when I'm out of my element. It was obvious he was talking about Whitney, and by the time the 2014 Grammys rolled around, they had reconciled, and she joined him at the event as his plus one. A writer for the New York Times followed Kendrick for about 3 weeks while he was on tour. The writer stated that Kendrick was an alpha male and commanded humble submission and respect from whomever was in the room.
You can't be that can't be true, because if you're an alcoholic, you can't be an alpha male. You just can't. It doesn't work.
Whitney was always around, and she was apparently
You might perceive him as that, but he's not.
so at ease sassing him and asserting her dominance that the writer thought she was Kendrick's sister, not his damn sister.
So what you saying is they ain't got no kind of romantic chemistry. Oh, okay.
By early 2015, Whitney was wearing a huge rock on her left ring finger. Kendrick confirmed their engagement during an April 2015 interview with The Breakfast Club. He added that everyone around him, including Whitney, has been there for him since day one, and he honors those who are loyal to him.
Oh no, I already know this is going to go bad, because if you don't reward people with marriage, you want to marry that person, you want to be with that person. You don't get engaged because they've been good to you. You get engaged because you want to get engaged, because you want that person in your life.
Everyone was celebrating his engagement, though. A woman named Rashida Marie Strober, who calls herself a dark-skinned activist, took to her Facebook to express her disappointment over Kendrick getting engaged to a multiracial, light-skinned woman. In her caption, she wrote,
I mean, it's out there. I mean, Cynthia G made a fact, and it's a fact. And also, the Queen Maker, basically a lot of men, and I think a lot of men would have to agree too, in our community, they don't want to be around themselves.
well, would you looky here? Another fake conscious mother exposed. I will never support him nor his music with one dime of my money and encourage.
Don't get me wrong, I don't agree with Rashida's approach. I mean, the woman is mixed. So, unless his last song was Dark Chocolate Only, then what's the point? There are a lot, the Black community is made up of a lot of women. So let's keep it going.
All dark-skinned women not to either.
I mean, I understand what she's saying. I do get it. Believe me. Anyway, what was he supposed to do when he was clicking with the girl? Say, let's pause this. I need to find a dark-skinned girl that I have chemistry with. You know what I'm saying? It just, they don't, girl, go find you a light-skinned man, get your back blown out, and get somewhere and sit down. Hell, that's all that's wrong.
Kendrick was clearly unconcerned with what anyone thought about his relationship. He opened up to Billboard magazine about his new fiancée by saying, I wouldn't even call her my girl. That's my best friend.
Best friend.
I don't even like the term that society has put in the world as far as being a companion. She's somebody I can tell my fears to.
That's actually, I mean, nothing wrong with that. Let's keep it going.
No.
Whitney has been featured on several of his songs, and on his 2017 album, Damn, there's a song called Love, where he refers to Whitney as his homie for life.
His homie.
I don't know about that, but let's keep it going.
Something ain't adding up.
You know what it does? It tells you that when a man finds a woman they truly love, they love them like their male friends. I know that sounds weird, but think about it. Homie for life.
Something ain't adding up. Like, at some point, you would expect him to be
Gemini was right.
like, she erupts my emotions, or she makes my heart go skippity-doo. You know what I'm saying? Or she lights my fire. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I ain't heard no reference like that yet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't heard him mention that one time about her. What's up?
Well, anyway, that was if you want to hear the rest, you got to go to RRG's channel. Not now, though. Not right now. Not right now. But we're going to keep this going. Dusty's by the dozen. We got to go all around the place, all around the world. And I want to introduce this video by Razor Rays in the house, talking about the woes of the passport bros. Here we go. And them woes is about them hoes. He be playing that sad music. Let me pump it up a little bit before you hear it. Want to make sure you hear the brother perfectly. Let him talk to you about the passport bro life. Here we go. Talk about that passport bro life. Talk about the passport bro life. Razor Rays. Uh-oh.
What's up, guys? Razor Rays here with you again today. And we have another case of scopolamine out there in Medellin. Guys, a foreigner went out there to the city of Medellin and picked up two beauties from a dating app.
Oh, look, I guess he's picked up two beauties because he can't find what he's looking for in America. What a shame. But that's the name of the game. Two gorgeous women, right? Fit, feminine, friendly, submissive. $200 a night. Well, no, he can't afford that. $50 a piece a night. Here we go.
Or Tinder. Yes, Tinder. The dating.
Oh, there's that Tinder again. There's that Tinder again. You can. Okay, let's just let it play.
App in which has had a history of foreigners getting drugged and robbed by their dates out there inside Medellin.
They should just change the name of Tinder to Scopamine. Scope. They should change Tinder's name to Scope.
The video coming out of the Dancias, Antioquia shows the foreigner going inside of his apartment with the two women. And upon
think about that, and the guy knows this could happen to him. I mean, I guarantee you, it's not like his first rodeo. He knows this could happen to him, but this is the amount of desperation in the passport community. Passport bro community, because the passport community means absolutely nothing. It just means you have a book. Okay. But in the passport bro community, you have to be desperate enough, or maybe that's the attraction. Maybe the attraction is that you might not live the next day when you go out here. I mean, maybe that is. Maybe there's that feeling of excitement that they get from the risk of having, relations with, pros, and because he's obviously not looking for a relationship. He's not going to marry two women at once. Let's face it. Okay. He's not looking for the relationship. So let's get that out of the way. So they're going into this big big problem. Basically talking about, I mean, I don't get it. Let me let Reza break it down.
On getting hit with that scopolamine, according to LTInfo.com, his 2 dates would have gotten away with his cell phone, jewelry, and cash. Guys, this is yet another reminder.
That's a good point, Edward, and I think they actually want to get scoped. Bro, I think they want to get scoped. That's what I'm thinking. For some reason, these dudes want to get scoped. And guess what? They get scoped.
Of not to use dating apps out there inside of Medellin, Colombia. The American Embassy has issued a warning against such activities out there because you can end up hit with the scope and lose all hope that you will find your valuables where you left them early in the morning when you wake up.
Yeah, and don't have any medical conditions. Else it's a wrap.
Getting knocked out by that scopolamine. And let this also be a reminder.
Look how she's looking back here. She's looking back for a reason, like she's looking back. And it can't be a good reason. It can't be a good reason. Either it's because she's checking out to make sure that, their male partners that be blowing that back out, before and after this kind of stuff is there to protect them, or she's looking back to see if there's any witnesses. Either way, it's all bad. It's all bad. Here we go.
To try your best to get a hotel that has security that will take the females' IDs and will not allow the females to leave the building without you escorting them down to retrieve their ID.
If you got to do all that, what's the point? You're supposed to be going on vacation for fun, not for danger, not to the point where you have to literally escort people up and down. And that's the funny thing is they're escorting escorts. I mean, so I'm just breaking this down because it's important that it's sad to see, and you got to go to Razor's channel to see the rest of this. It's sad to see that you have to put yourself in danger to be happy. You literally have to put yourself in danger to be happy. If that's the passport bro life, I'm a pass. Tanya Sweat in the house, Edward Blackman in the house, Phoenix Soul in the house. Let's check out this. The passport bro is back. He doesn't say he's a passport bro, but he is. He doesn't think he's a passport bro, but he is. You can't change who you are. So Razor, let me tell you something. This next man I'm going to put on the screen, okay, he is what you thought he was. The passport bro. But his mom gets to talk this time. I'm telling you, it's not about him this time. It's about other things. Let's just put it that way. Here we go.
The modern women
Well, seeking knowledge in the house. If you don't already know, this passport bro, that's his mom. She's cute. That's him. Okay. He's at home, I guess. He's back in Texas. Living at his mom's house. Let's make that clear. He's living at his mom's house. Okay. Mom took care of him. Mom gave him a roof to be under. Just let's make that clear. That's important to know. High value man in the passport bro industry goes home to mama. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. But then we have this guy down here. Let me get this off the screen so you can see him. And I know somebody who would have a field day. No, I got look. All I can do is give you a hint of who she is because I don't want to just like name drop all the time. But let's just put it this way. she's gonna get out of that megaphone on this dude right here on the bottom for good reason. So we're over here. I'm gonna even give him a like. Why not? Okay. Mother of passport bro, Austin Holloman, exposes modern women dating standards. Okay, remember now, it's important that we take in Razor Ray's video. It's important we take in Razor Ray's video. Alexa, stop. Okay. Anyway, let me repeat it one more time. It's important you take in Razor Ray's video because here is a passport bro talking about a passport bro's mother, right? And he's not from the US because you can tell by his accent. But the funny thing is this. We are talking about a group of men that have to pay, okay, somebody for relations after flying for hours. They don't even pay for it here because they can't afford it. They can't even afford American relations. They can't afford American relations, so they fly away for bargain relations. Okay, not a relationship, something else. So let's hear what this man has to say.
They don't keep their house clean. They don't keep their car clean. They don't keep themselves clean. Furthermore, they don't want to work out. They don't care about their appearance. Most of them. I'm not speaking for every woman here, whatever ethnic background she is. I can't speak for everyone, but I'm saying when I step out.
Wait a minute. You know what's funny to me? She was one of many. Dude don't even know. He barely knows his kin. She is one of many. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. Uh-oh, here we go, folks. And when he died, I don't know if he did, but that's just the song, you know. Temptations. You know, here we go. So yeah, what does she happen about Phoenix? Let's find out. Let's find out what Queen of King. Let me try to be nice. King Promiscuous, I'm being nice, has to say. Now remember now, this is a guy who bragged about banging 50 women in 1 month before he got kicked out of that country. Okay, so let me keep it going.
Feel bad when I leave the gym and I just have on, I'll tell Austin, I have on my baseball cap and my leggings and my, all my, no, I don't have on makeup or anything like that, but I still, when I step out, I represent my boys, I represent myself, first and foremost. Now women feel so free to just walk around with bonnets and, it's like it's this.
Ladies, let me break it down like this. She sounds like she's trying to get into the red pill mix to me. And maybe that's what it is when there are red pill women or pick-me's. I won't say the M word. Okay, I won't say the M word. But pick-me's. And she got picked. The only problem is that the dude who picked her picked 5 other women. So I don't see what she's talking about. Let's listen. I want to give her a chance, and I want to give the dude at the bottom a chance. Here we go.
I don't get it. So
what's up, guys? Boogie back again. So I'm gonna be reviewing this live stream that Austin made.
Okay, I'm gonna be reviewing his background for a minute. Let me bring this down for a minute. Okay, I assume he's in a kid's bedroom, or there's something going on with this purple behind him. You guys see the purple? Ain't nothing wrong with no. Because I think his headphones are purple too. So, I'm just saying, I ain't gonna say shit. I'm just gonna play. Here we go.
And for you guys who don't know Austin, he's pretty much an American guy, passport bro, as most of some people who know him call him. If you've heard of the passport bro movement, is just simply put, men who are tired of dating in America because they say
They're losers. That's what it is. You can I'm going to let you make up your own excuse. I will definitely let you do that because Austin did the same thing. Okay? And you get your chance too. Okay? You get your chance. And I just like to say this. So Austin is at his mom's house. He did not buy the house for his mom. Okay? He's at his mom's house, like many other young black men are. No problem with that. But to criticize women, especially who have houses, who have careers, who have jobs, who are at least 1/3 as promiscuous as most of their male partners, it's a bit weird. It really is. You have to understand that's quite weird. Let's keep it going.
American women are masculine, rude, entitled. They want all these rich men.
No, and it's funny because let me find out whether he's just analyzing or whether he really believes it himself. Because what's funny to me is that these men in the red pill and in the passport bro system, they don't realize that men have become more and more feminine, and therefore they see women as being more masculine when that's not really the case. Okay? They don't see a woman being masculine when the woman's taking care of them, or when the woman's paying the bills, or when the woman's being 50-50. Oh, she's not masculine then. Okay? When she's coming home from work, then goes in and cooks for you when you've been sitting at home all day. No. Let me keep it going though.
High standards,
high standards. Women are supposed to have high standards. That's been that way for every race of women ever since women were around. So you've noticed the exposure that I got going on here. The exposure I got going on here is this. Basically, you can tell that men want women to lower their standards. And then they turn around and say, when the woman does lower their standards and gets their ass kicked, then it's, well, you should have chose better. So men in our community have this built-in hypocrisy system that works regardless what happens regardless what a woman does. It's a built-in system because these men do not want to get better. They do not want to improve themselves. They do not want to be successful. They do not want to be productive. It's okay to be a blue collar guy. Just be happy being a blue collar guy and stop talking shit about everybody else. Let's see what he has to say, Mr. Purple. Maybe he likes Prince. Maybe he's a Prince fan. And nothing wrong with that. Let's keep it going.
Not faithful, and they're not traditional.
Not faithful, man. Oh my God. See, and this is the problem I have. There's a certain level of parity you have to have. Okay? Men know men are less faithful than women. So with that fact, why would you even bring up faithfulness as a negative quality for women when men are way worse when it comes to being faithful? Women have been deleted because they were too faithful. Okay? They stuck around when guys were making them into punching bags. They stuck around when guys were cheating on them. They stuck around when guys were like spending up all their money. So this guy has that's some BS right there, but let's keep it going.
So what these guys decided to do is, hey, listen, I'm not getting what I want here. So let me try overseas where I may find a traditional wife or a traditional girl.
Wait a minute. Why do they keep, at least it's been like, by now you would think they would get off this traditional thing. They're not fly. If you're trying to find somebody traditional, right? Traditional dating is you guys don't have sex for 3 months. That's traditional dating. These guys are literally getting off the plane, okay, and going into the red light, respective red light districts in whatever country they go to. They're getting scoped because they're tricking. This is just crazy to me. It's crazy that, well, let's see, how old is this video? This is a 3-day-old video, and he's still trying to pass this crap. This is almost like, it's almost parody to a point. JG, music in the house. JG says this. And he obviously doesn't know black women because he is listing all the untruths about them that insecure black women haters made up about black women. Bars. In other words, he's a creep. Because why would you if he was successful dating women, it would be strange for him to say something like he just did. The red pill system, which includes the passport bros, is an industry for mostly creeps. Creeps, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Because if you are truly a ladies' man, it feels strange for you to criticize them because basically you have no problem with women. So why would you criticize them? You're getting what you want from women because of whatever your looks or whatever, your swag, whatever. Okay? So you don't complain. When I go fishing, I don't complain about the fishing because I'm catching fish. There's nothing to complain about. Same thing right here. If you have, ladies and gentlemen, if a man has to complain about women, it's his problem. Because there are plenty of other men, good or bad, that have no problem finding women. If you are to a point where you cannot even get in a relationship with a woman, one, you got mental problems. Two, you're not attractive. Three, and you're not making yourself. You don't have to be good looking to be attractive, by the way. Or three, you're both. Why Seeking Knowledge breaks it down like this. They have that throwback, throw it back to get the funk off themselves. Exactly. Darvo tactics. Exactly. They have to throw it back to get the funk off themselves. Darvo tactics. If you don't know, Darvo tactics are is when men or women make somebody else the victim when they are truly the problem. Yep. Why Seeking Knowledge, breaking it down once again. Paying 50-50 isn't masculine, but expecting respect when doing so is. Bars. You are supposed to get slaved and dogged walked by the Dusties and be grateful about it. Bars. Phoenix Soul breaks it down. Only males who are in their feminine identified women in their feminine identified woman as masculine. I'm sorry. Here we go. Only males who are in their feminine identify women as masculine. Bars. They're the only ones who put women in their masculine. Bars.
Companionship, maybe feminine women and so on and so forth. But
wait, so I'm sorry, I have to crack up. I'll tell you why. These women are out here across the country. You saw I just played Razor's clip about all these women. So being feminine is a scoping niggas. Tarzay. Being feminine is scoping niggas. That's feminine, right? Dude, that's feminine, right? Man, maybe I would look this guy up. Maybe we can have a debate, him and I. I don't know. Because that's kind of funny to me. So a woman who's working and who's productive and not scoping men is seen as masculine. But if you go across and the woman, you find a feminine woman and she scopes you, she's feminine. That's funny to me. It's kind of funny.
He did something. I think this is the first time I've seen him do this. And he did a live stream with his mom. Because, online, usually the ladies like to say he's going out to date other races. And is your mama black? Is one of the criticisms they give him. Oh,
they don't say that. What is he talking about? It sounds like it sounds like to me he doesn't follow Austin that much, but he's just trying to do this to get popular. At least I know a little bit about the motherfucker shit. Shit. At least know something about Austin if you can do something on Austin. Okay. This dude's faking the funk. And ding, he should at least know what you're talking about, bro. Shit. Anyway, I'm still gonna invite you to the show if you want it. Why Seeking Knowledge breaks it down like this. These destinies have lost width and girth, just above and just testosterone after being on top. These female, right? These feminine rants and attitudes are very telling. Bars in the house, Miss RV. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
Get back, trying to criticize him for dating ladies in other countries of different races, right? But
no. Black women in America, bro, okay, you're not from here. So shut the fuck up, first of all. Second of all is this. Black women in America actually love it when these men go abroad because most of the men that are going abroad are the men that got other problems that black women don't want to deal with. Okay? Whether it be psychological issues, financial issues, whatever. Believe it or not, black women support, okay, men, especially troubled men going abroad. That's one left hook they have to take. Okay? That's one right cross they have to take. And instead of it maybe being 6 women expiring, a woman expiring every 6 hours, maybe it's down to just every 4.5 hours. So by all means, fella, let them go. I mean, the women are saying, let them go. That's what they told me. By all means, go. Okay? There's not one. The only woman I know that tells them to stay, maybe, is, what's her name? Courtney Michelle. She's the only woman I know who tells them to stay. It's Courtney Michelle. That's it. Everybody else is like, nah, they can go. Even red pill women are like, nah, they can go. As the problem is, fella, the dudes don't shut the F up. Just go. Even now, wait, and you know something? You're a perfect example of that. You don't have to be talking about American women right now. You could just be talking about how great it is to be in whatever country they're getting scoped in is. And if anything, maybe we could talk about how not to get scoped. How about that? So a man feels so disrespected in the United States that he goes somewhere else where technically he's getting more disrespected because he's getting robbed after he gets scoped. And if he's lucky, he doesn't have a medical condition that puts him in the hospital or worse, in the morgue. But here you are trying to talk shit about American women, and it's clear you're not from here. And I gave a passport mistress the same smoke I'm going to give you. If you ain't from here, stop criticizing people from here. Okay? You get the same smoke. You just need to F the hell up and just worry about your fellow men wherever you're at. And we know it's not here. Here we go.
This live stream, his mom actually gave her own perspective on the passport.
His mom got dogged out. Papa was a rolling stone. Now, just because she gave up on being somebody's number one, that's up to her. Whatever reason she has, the mentality she has, that's up to her. But don't try to paint this shit like she's like been successful. She had to share a nigga. She had to share his father with 4 other women at the time. Who knows how many he's got now? And don't ask me to play the tape. I got the tape. I got the tape.
Bro movement. So I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna react to it with you guys, and I'll give my opinion, and let's see what she has to say. All right, let's get to it. And I know, guys, I know his mom looks very young. She looks good. So I know most guys are gonna be concerned with that, right? So let's go through it.
Why would they be concerned with it? Wow. Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, how does she make you feel? You know, that's one of the big questions. So,
well, which ones do you think?
Wait a minute. Let me pause right here. Why is she trying to give advice to women, right? And she had to share a nigga. I just want to bring that up. Here we go. Act natural under pressure in the house. Here we go, folks. Here we go.
I don't know the picture the chick you sent me last night. I have to see, for me,
you already know it's all bad when she's calling another woman a chick.
It's deeper than just looking at a photo. I have to be able to converse. I'm very intellectual, so I like to talk, and I'm a mind person. So
Austin over here, he acting like he not even listening.
She could be beautiful as hell, but is she smart? Can she hold a conversation? Like, it has to be deeper than that. So,
that's a good point. I agree with her. The problem is that's not what the guys want. I don't know her name, but Austin mom, that's not what the men want. If you listen to the Kevin Samuelites and Red Pill, they literally rate women from 1 to 10, ignore 7. That tells you right off the bat how shallow they are. They're literally, the first thing they consider is looks, not compatibility, not anything she's saying. Let me play back what she's saying again. Here we go.
She could be beautiful as hell, but is she smart? Can she hold a conversation?
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so Red Pill. She's dropping off the Red Pill boat now because she said smart, can she hold a conversation? And we all know that she didn't say nothing about cooking and cleaning. So there's a problem here. Houston, we got a problem here. Okay, she's actually saying some real shit. Like Natural Under the Pressure says this. All they do is go over to other countries and walk around filming women, bars. They can't afford them either, bars. I see their channels, bars, triple bars. Yep. Okay. So why seeking knowledge is present for a concert. Have a great time, either performing or listening. Here we go.
Like, it has to be deeper than that. So, The chick from last night, the photo you sent me, she was very pretty. There was some of the girls in Kenya I felt like were very pretty. Like I said, I wasn't impressed at all with any of the ladies in Colombia.
He was just sleeping with them, Mom. You weren't going to be impressed with them. But she, at least, hey, she held down the held down the dark chocolate, beautiful African women. She held them down. But she's literally telling her son that he was basically HOEing in Colombia. That's what she's telling him. But she's being super nice about it. And that's good. Here we go.
Yeah, I just wasn't. The chick with the braces, she was cute. She was
the one that tried to invite the dude over.
Yeah, and that was just a no-go. Here's my thing. You cannot invite someone over. You can't. It's one thing to invite your homegirl over with you. You're going to, and you're okay, hey, I need to have somebody with me because I need to have this alibi for my mom. So I get that part, because she's younger. She's old enough to date you, but she's, and I don't know their culture.
Uh-oh. That don't sound good. MGTV in the house. MTGV in the house, I should say. Here we go.
So I can't speak much on that. But to invite a guy over, that is a
no-go. That is a no-go. But it just shows you how little his date trusted him. That only happens when somebody doesn't trust you or had a bad experience before. And if they had that bad of an experience before, okay, they shouldn't be out on a date. Everybody, MTGV's in the house. Be sure to check out our channel. It's all the way good, all the way live. She does crime stories and gives great advice, okay, on YouTube channeling, as I call it. Here we go.
That just seemed very suspect to me. So that didn't seem right.
I mean, suspect. That's interesting you saying that.
And I told you that.
So where do you think I should live at then?
I'm sorry, there's something up with bro. I don't know what it is. I ain't going to say them. I'm not going to let everybody figure it out, but there's something up here. Here we go.
Well, I wish you would just live here, live in Dallas somewhere, and just travel back and forth and just kind of set up a place to do your podcast like you started out. That's what I would hope you do. Just continue to travel, but, have a place here. Now, if that's not an option, then I would say you keep saying Paraguay, but I don't think that you're going to be happy there because you already said it's boring. And you're like me. We like to be on the move. We like to be on the go. We like to be doing stuff. We get bored very.
He's not going to be happy anywhere. I guarantee you that. He's not even happy with himself. Sorry, bro. I ain't trying to be funny. I think it's you know. You're just not. There's something wrong. And there's something wrong because you can't find yourself. And you can't find yourself because you ain't looking. Nope, that's not funny at all. Not funny. I'm keeping it real, bro. Catch up with your dad. Maybe get some tips. Well, no, maybe not. Anyway, let me keep it going. Here we go.
Very easy with people and just everything. So I would say probably Peru or Chile, or if I had to choose a third place,
it'd definitely be Peru or Chile at this point.
Yeah, I think Paraguay, that's too boring. You'll get over there and then you'll get a place and then you'll be texting me, this shit is whack, this is, and then you'll be, because you already know how you are. You like to move around, you like people,
He's just like his dad. He likes to move around. And, he's not a bad looking dude. But he's no good for women. That's why he's running through them. And it's not just him. I'm not just speaking about him. A lot of men have this problem where they can't find themselves. They can't find that peace they are looking for. So they start looking for pieces. That's it. No, not, roasting him or not. Let's just, he's just a representative of a lot of lost young men in America. There's no reason to get mad just at him. Unfortunately, he's one of many. Just like his father made his mom one of many. It's a cycle. And I bet his dad was the same way. He couldn't find himself, he couldn't find peace either, I bet. Because if you did, you don't just run through women. It's that simple. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
Not like out, you like dating, you like the ladies. So it's
Dude at the bottom need to pick it up. Dude right here, bro, you need to pick it up. Come on, say something. Shit. Come on.
So that's what you have to think about.
So pretty much in this conversation, the reason I let it play because I wanted you guys to catch up. I started the live stream kind of, at the front. Exactly.
Okay. Let's go.
Where I wanted us to get to show you
I
guys.
want to hear
where I
your
wanted to
opinion,
show
sir.
you guys.
Come on,
So
let's go.
So people was asking him questions, were asking his mom questions about what she thinks about the sons traveling outside to date other women rather than stay in the US. So she
You're
was
not dating. I mean, they might go out on a date, but let's face it. If someone told this man that they weren't going to sleep with him, he would not be out on a date with that woman.
pretty much trying to give our own opinion, observation on what she thinks where he should stay, because I'm sure he,
And it's actually pretty decent advice that she gave him. The problem is that he needs to go. What she needs to do is tell him that you need to really see somebody about your problems. That's what she needs to say. She's not going to say it on film, though, and I don't blame her for not wanting to say that on film. But bottom line is that's what's going down.
She said he sends her photos of the different ladies he meets, the different cultures, the different places he goes to. And she was talking about how he was in South America, and she thinks he enjoyed more of, I think, Peru compared to Paraguay. So, but it looks like she has good positive outlook on his lifestyle. And, I know she's a mom.
Bro, come on, pick it up. Get to the point.
So like she said, she would rather he stays home and just travels. But Austin, if you guys
now we're getting somewhere. Basically, he's not going to stay home. No, he's not. He already said why too a long time ago. He said that a year ago. He didn't like. He literally said everything, but he didn't like the women here, while not liking the women here. The reason why he goes elsewhere else is he can be a ghost. He can stay one spot for a minute, and when they start to find out who he really is, he can bounce. And that works out for him. And that is not just him. It's a lot of young men in America. That's why he's so popular, because he reflects young men in the community in America. Basically, they look at women as some sort of drug in a way, like when an alcoholic, when somebody has an alcoholic issue or something like that, they take alcohol not because it tastes good, but because it ills their pain in some way. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
know him, he wants to just mainly literally just be out there traveling rather than have like a place in Dallas, then travel and come back. Because I think this is the first time he has come back to the US since he left, like in a year or something, right? So I just wanted
Well, plus it's more expensive to do that. I mean, think about it like this. It would be more expensive because number one, you would actually have to have some real money and get a place in Texas and then leave Texas, pay the same amount he does to fly everywhere else, right? And land there and then still be paying rent on a spot in Texas. He ain't got that kind of money. Let's face it.
To give you guys a background of exactly what they're talking about, but let's continue because other people are going to keep asking her questions about the son's lifestyle, right? And as a mom, obviously she cares for her son, but also because she's a lady in America. So if your son is saying he's not interested in dating women in America, what does say about you as the mom, right? Let's get to it.
We're gonna let that one go. Let me read this. We're gonna put the $100 back up there. Ask her what she thinks about the passport bro movement, if American women are the problem or the men. Good question.
So to say about
It's really, I'll be blunt. The passport bro movement is really the passport hoe movement. Sorry. That's what it is. These guys are not going places to marry or to even date. They're going there for sex. Let's just cut the crap. There's not a problem with doing it. Just all this crap about trying to complain about other women. That's the problem. That is the problem. Women are not the problem. All this does when you start making these excuses is make the problem in your own mind worse.
passport bros, I 100% don't see anything wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with men wanting to travel. Men are tired of dating here. My son was tired of dating.
So she's basically, okay, she's right. There's nothing wrong with them doing that. But the problem is that she's trying to tie it in with the problem with the women in America. And there's not a problem with the women in America. There's not. Men have more problems with men than they do with women. The proof is in the homicide rate. Every hour in our community. So women don't be doing that to each other every hour.
I'm 100% okay with passport bros. I have nothing bad to say about them. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, they're broke, so they leave the U.S." and
they are broke, and they do leave the U.S. Not each and every one, of course. That's ridiculous. Nobody should think like that. But if you were to look at their bank accounts, and their capital, and their property, and all that other shit, they're broke. Is there anything wrong with being broke? Absolutely not. But don't make it sound like there are these guys who are suave, debonair, classy, and all this kind of shit. When if they were, they would, they wouldn't be traveling because they not for prostitutes, which is what they do most of the time. That's each and every passport bro go travel for prostitutes. Well, I've heard passport bros say that, but I don't agree with that. I think there's probably a small group that actually travel and actually go to see the country itself. Maybe I'm going to be generous today and say 10%, a whopping 10%. The rest are going to red light districts. Don't get mad at me. That's what Flit said. That's what Flit said. He said it was 99% Flit said that. Okay? And he's a passport bro. So don't talk shit about me. Here we go.
Want to go and find a lower budget woman that, they can take care of, and, she's.
That's exactly what's going on. Austin Holloman's mom. That's exactly what they do. Drizzle in their house. It's exactly what they do. They actually literally complain about the price of prostitution in an impoverished country. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. But I'll tell you what. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you right now.
We need to start advocating for men who want to be with men. I understand the impulse, brothers. I do. But our women are not showing us. I don't care what they say. What are the women showing?
They'd rather be around other men. They want women to be disposable and their brethren to be their lovers. Not sexually, but just they have a closer connection with other men. Do you know there are more men in the United States that would die for a man than a woman? Wait. Oh, you want me to prove it? Look at gangs. There are more men, that will die for another man than a woman, because they respect a man more than they do women, even if she's good to them. Okay, you saw what I was playing before. I'm just breaking it down the way it needs to be broke down.
Expensive, more traditional, and not as modern. I just don't believe that. I think you can go anywhere, and if you can go out of the country and still be scammed by a foreign woman. Okay, so and that she's strictly just looking for your money, but
yeah, and that's what happens. Austin Holloman's mom. Have you seen Razor Ray's channel? You need to go there. In fact, you should go on there and talk to them. They will tell you their woes. These dudes are getting scoped the F up. Black men, we already have a low mortality rate. And then when you fly abroad, it even drops even more. You can't make this shit up. Here we go.
It's, $500 to her is tons, whereas $500 to me is not shit. They don't even pay a quarter of my rent.
Yeah.
Yep. The key word is she said that it doesn't even pay a quarter of my rent. Not her boyfriend's rent, not her husband's rent, which really should be replaced with mortgage. So she's giving advice, which is fine. But she also ran into the same black male. And her son is the same black male. Too. Now, you don't want to hate on your son, but that's what we're looking at here. I mean, before people say, oh, he's 23, he's 22, leave him alone, whatever. He's like 26, 27 now, right? Shouldn't you be looking for a job? Let's keep it going.
Yeah, this was a good question, because if you guys know Austin, he has posted such certain videos and maybe post on Twitter or even YouTube that have gone viral, where he shows a different culture. Let's say when he's interacting with a woman from a different culture, and he compares that to a woman in America, and he has gone viral, and he gets
He didn't
criticized.
go viral for that. He went viral for banging chicks. Come on, bro. I remember one time when I watched one of his videos, he was mad because he was trying to just, do something different, right? He was actually trying to do something different, but nobody was interested. They want him to twirl and show off a woman's body and all this kind of shit. He got so desperate, he started showing off some of his bathroom pics. I thought, hey, look, I'm just telling you what happened. Okay. Anyway, y'all, we're going to break it down here. Let's keep it going. He's still in the house. Here we go.
Okay.
Now, remember now, I want to tie this in. We just saw a little bit, of Austin. Now let's see a woman in America, gorgeous as you can see. Let's let her break down. Let's see if she's the quality of a woman that a man would want. Here we go.
Hi, Shay. Where you calling us from? Ooh, I like that green. You like that?
Yeah.
I love that color.
It's cute.
I love color clothes. Like I love bright color clothes. I love that dress. Your name is Shay?
Let's sit down in here and kind of chill out for a minute. Well-shaped glasses, beautiful hair. I mean, her skin is shiny, There's nothing you can say. Nothing you can say, fellas. Gorgeous. Kendra's, she's competing with Kendra. Here we go.
Yes, Shay, I'm from Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida. How old are you?
29.
29. What you do for a living?
Wait. Oh, no. Oh, she's supposed to be hitting the wall, right? She's supposed to be hitting the wall, right? She don't look like she's hitting the wall to me. Here we go.
I work security, so I'm a security officer, online personal trainer, and bodybuilder.
And a bodybuilder?
Yes, ma'am.
So I've been getting the bodybuilder people lately. I just had a bodybuilder lady on my show last week.
Uh-huh. Yep, she did.
Okay. Bodybuilder. Now listen, you around the men. Now we're gonna proceed, but what's up with the bodybuilder men you around?
Well, I think a lot of people assume that, because I, work out and I'm around these people that we do tend to pair up, but, sometimes, it's just hard sometimes, to find someone that's like-minded and you guys actually click. It's more to it than just the exterior. So I think that's the most challenging part, trying to find someone, you click with.
Mr. Moon in the house, listen. She and Kendra should date. Forget the men.
On a intimate level.
Got you. All right, let's proceed. What's your zodiac sign, Shay?
I'm a Libra, I believe.
A Libra?
Yes, Libra. October.
Do you have any children?
No children.
No kids. All right, so we got Shay, Jacksonville, Florida, 29, Libra, security, bodybuilder. What was the third job?
Online trainer.
Online trainer. And no kids. All right, honey. What kind of man are you looking for, girl?
Okay, well, I am looking for someone physically. I would like for him to be in shape. He doesn't have to be a bodybuilder, but he must, maintain a nice, healthy lifestyle, just like myself. Someone that is a provider, protector, someone that's emotionally, just available, and someone that's looking for a traditional gender roles. So I'm a Haitian, so I was born in Haiti. So I do cherish those traditional values where the man is the provider, protector of the home, and the woman take care of the home, children, family, etc.
Okay.
Uh-oh, she sounds like a red pill man's dream. Let's keep it going.
What are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers. Okay, so he cannot smoke, so I don't smoke, so he cannot be a smoker. Another deal breaker, he has to be in shape of some sort, right? So that has to be the same with me as far as having that similarities. And another deal breaker for me, someone that's just not available. So if he's looking for polygamy or anything of that sort, I'm not interested. So someone
Bars.
that's, again, looking to have family, children, those things.
Okay. Could he have kids already?
No, I prefer someone with no children.
Okay, no kids. Should he be in Jacksonville, Florida?
Preferably, but I am open to Florida, just, Florida.
Be careful, girl. Florida is a big state. Florida's
I'm
big.
Georgia, but someone in Florida preferred.
Okay. Now, should he look a certain way? You did say you want to be in shape.
Yes. So, yeah, he must be in shape because that I value. He must. I don't have a height necessarily. Well, I probably do. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, maybe 5'10" and taller, maybe. I'm short, so someone I can look up to.
Okay. How tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
You're 5'4"?
Yes.
Okay. Now
That's
you
not
mentioned
really
earlier
short.
you got to
That's
be a
kinda like
provider
average.
and a protector.
Yeah.
How much money should he make in order to date you?
Okay, so this is only because of the economy, and again, I value the traditional ways. So that I think a man needs to be stable, well beyond just himself. So maybe 100K. And again, it's because I want to make sure he can take care of himself.
Yeah, I would
children.
say pretty much you'd have to make that much if you're going to take care of your wife 150%. If she's going to have your kids and all that kind of stuff, and stay at home, you're going to need that much. And unfortunately, the majority of the men in our community do not make that.
Family, that dynamic. But
Okay.
yeah. So.
100K. You make 100K or more, I'm assuming. Oh no.
No, she makes about what she's doing right now. She probably, I don't know, 50.
No, my last
No, but
year.
that's the point. I mean, the thing is this: if that's the problem that a lot of men are having in our community is that they want to be the protector provider, they say, and they want to be their wife to be submissive, but they're not making that protector provider submissive kind of money. And it's not the woman's fault. They just need to go ahead. They just need to go ahead, and they should have done it before. And it might be too late for many of the men. Is to bust ass, go to school, get that kind of job. If you want submission, you want to be a protective provider. There's prerequisites. You got to start right after you get out of high school to get there. It ain't gonna just come. It's not just gonna drop in your lap. It's like, oh great, I got this 150K job. Now I can be a protective provider. You got to do something. Here we go.
Here, I don't want to disclose, but I mean, I'm doing okay for myself. I'm doing pretty
Okay,
good.
but in the family dynamic, so you want children, you don't want to work when you have children.
I don't want to have to. I prefer a traditional way. The way I was brought up, my mother, I was raised with my stepfather, so I saw that dynamic where she was home, took care of us.
So here's the funny and the thin line I just thought about. She wants to live a traditional life, which is the man makes all the money and the woman just stays at home, takes care of the kids and all that kind of stuff. I assume she's going to let her man cheat in peace because let's just face it, they all want to do that. So the question is, doesn't she sound like a gold digger? That's what they'll say next, right? That's what they would say next. I don't think she sounds like a gold digger. I think she's just wanting a traditional life. But the problem is that then that will be the spin around. The guys will just say, oh yeah, you're just a gold digger if you don't want to bring nothing to the table. You see what I'm saying? That's how it breaks down. Mr. Moon breaks it down like this. 100K is not enough for what she is talking about in 2024. Bars. They're gonna be struggling. Bars, straight up. And quite honestly, if she was smart and open-minded, she could probably find somebody with the quality of person she seems to be that will be making, a $500,000. And because she speaks well, she's well, obviously beautiful, but she carries herself well. that the men that do make 500K, 200K, 300K wouldn't mind taking them to a business extravaganza. And men who are, number one, loyal, okay, and just want to live a traditional life. Remember, traditional means what? A life of monogamy, okay? So that's one thing that counts out the majority of the men on Kendra's show, but let's get past that. A lot of men that are making that 2 to 3 million, not 2 to 3 million, but $200,000 to $300,000, that they don't really have time to cheat, believe it or not. And if they did, they would be shamed at their job, because those are the kind of jobs you get when you're making that kind of money, where they want you to be a monogamous traditional family for their traditional company, because if they know that their business partners know that if you're going around hoeing, unless they doing the same thing, it's bad. It's a bad look for the company. So let me keep it going. Here we go.
So that is the dynamic that I would like for myself.
Okay.
So again, it's not in a sense of being entitled. It's just the dynamic of what I know that responsibility takes quite a bit, you know. So he must be able to ensure the family is good, and of course, I will do my part to ease that trouble too.
Okay. So if a guy made 60K, don't DM you.
No. I'll say that for her. No.
No, I'm not interested in potential. I think potential is great when you're at a certain age. So I do think if you're like coming out of college and you see that man, he's developing himself. And
So in other words, she's 28 or 29 or something like that, right? So basically, if she probably think you're going to be about 5 to 10 years older than her, maybe around her age, but that's probably what the traditional thing is, right? So you're literally in your mid 30s, okay, and only making 40 to 50 and want a wife. It's not the fact that you're only making 40 to 50. It's the fact that you want a wife. Excuse me. And you want a wife, and you want her to do everything at home, and you're just not making it enough. It's just that, as simple as that.
Great to be able to go after that.
Yeah. Phoenix, so she's looking for a whole unicorn on Kendra G. Exactly.
If he's showing that he's, you know, you see the potential there, but where I'm at in my life and where I see my future, I cannot bet my future on someone that's not prepared. I try to be prepared. I try to keep myself with no children. I try to develop myself physically, intellectually, in all these areas. And, you know, again, I try to withhold the values that a lot of men say they're looking for. So
quite honestly, she's really, I mean, like Mystic was saying, 100K ain't gonna be enough. For what she's talking about, you nailed it, Mystic. 100K ain't even close. And black money, that's not gonna be enough. It's giving a really nice pick me shot. Oh man. But anyway, let's keep this going. I got more here. We are going to jump into the provider. I have to give you the other side of the formula. Here we go.
Make sure you guys are like the video too. Like the video. What's your name? Is it Leo? We can't hear you.
Oh.
Welcome to Dusty's by the Dozen. Let's kick out the dust. Here we go.
Yes, it's Leo.
Leo, where are you calling me from?
Texas.
Texas. How old are you?
32.
32. What do you do for a living?
Pet care provider.
Say it again.
Pet care provider.
Pet care provider.
Yeah, small business.
All right. What's your zodiac sign?
Leo.
Leo. Is that why your name is Leo?
My mom named me Leo.
A tip out to all the guys. at least crack a smile. You don't have to be like all cheesy, but at least crack a smile. Shit.
So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
And do you have any children?
None.
No kids. And I think I got it all. What part of Texas?
Dallas.
Dallas. So we got Leo, Dallas, Texas, 32 Leo, pet care provider, no kids. What kind of woman you looking for?
I value women that are focused on the family. I want to provide for her. But I also want her to focus on the things that I'm trying, like the small businesses that I'm trying to develop.
Do you see the difference? The woman that he wants was literally the woman who I just played before, right? On Kendra's show. Okay. A pet care provider probably makes about 40K. But now he said more than that. Now he wants her, he wants struggle love. Listen to this.
Women that are
Zodiac sign.
Leo.
Listen to this.
Leo. Is that why your name is Leo?
My mom named me Leo, so I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have any children?
None.
No kids. And I think I got it all. What part of Texas?
His lips are moving. He lied.
Dallas.
Dallas. So we got Leo, Dallas, Texas, 32 Leo, pet care provider, no kids. What kind of woman you looking for?
I value women that are focused on the family. I want to provide for her.
You can't though, bro. You can't. You're not making enough. See, this is the fantasy a lot of men have. You can't be a pet care provider and then provide for a whole family. Kids are expensive. Wives in a traditional family are expensive. If you want to be in a traditional family, you're gonna have to do traditional shit at a level. And I mean, like, traditional means making $200,000 a year. Let's just face it. If you want traditional, you have to make traditional money. Look, I want to be a quarterback in the NFL. I ain't. Okay. I came to the realism a very long ass time ago, by the way, that I'm not going to be a quarterback in the NFL. He needed to build his traditional life to the point where not that his business is already established, but he's asking the woman to struggle with him.
But I also want her to focus on the things that I'm trying, like the small businesses that I'm trying to develop. I'd rather her work for me. So I want her to be a worker, but I want her to work for the family.
Okay, he's a Kevin Samuels. He's a Kevin Samuels person. You're not working. She's not going to be working for you. She's going to be struggling with you. There's a difference.
And I want her to, I'm a traditional man, so I want her to.
No, you think you're a traditional man. You think you are. And I'm not just speaking with him. I'm speaking with anybody who is in this frame of mind.
Know her role.
You just can't wake up one day and be a traditional person. For example, let's look at Austin for a minute. Austin, you can't just bounce around countries, bouncing around women, and then come back home or sit down in front of a TV set or on YouTube and say you're traditional. It doesn't work like that. You actually have to live the traditional life. A traditional life is a one-on-one loyal life. That is at least what they say the traditional life is. So you can't run around doing all these modern things like passport broing, okay, and then be seen later on as traditional. Passport bros and traditional life are two completely different things. There's nothing traditional about being a passport bro. Nothing. Nothing that's traditional about being in the red pill. Nothing. Traditional men respect women, no matter how the women act. Y'all ain't like that. Come on, let's keep it real. You're just not. You're just not like that. So you need to stop this traditional nonsense. If you really truly want to be traditional, you can, okay, maybe. You can at least try. Okay. But you're not. That takes a lot of work. You literally have to rebuild your life. Being a one woman man for a lot of you guys is literally impossible. That's one of the core requirements in a traditional life. That is, any race of men will tell you that. A traditional man is not a cheater. You can't do that. You just don't, it's just not there for you. Is there anything wrong with that? No. In the house, act natural under pressure. Henry Mars, why seek knowledge? Phoenix soul, mystic moon. Let's keep it going. Queen Award. Here we go.
As a wife, and I want her to also be trying to become the best version of herself. Like,
let's see, how about him first? But let's see what he says. Maybe he's going to bring that out when she asks him what his weaknesses are. Let's go.
Emotionally, because I think a lot of women make the excuse of saying I'm a woman, so I have that excuse to be emotional, and I don't want her to be like that.
What?
Of herself, like emotionally, because I think
best version of herself, Kevin Samuelite, phrase number 55.
a
Now,
lot
it's
of
probably
women,
higher than that. It's probably number 12.
men make the excuse of saying I'm a woman, so I have that excuse to be emotional. And
oh, interesting. I mean, sounds like something like this to me.
We need to start advocating for men who want to be with men. I understand the impulse, brothers. I do. But our women are not showing us. I don't care what they say. What are the women showing?
And I don't want her to be like that. I don't want her to make an excuse for her why she's overly emotional. I want her to be trying to overcome that.
Okay. Now you say you want to be you're a traditional man. So do you want your wife to be a stay-at-home wife?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Totally impossible. But hey, it's gallant, but it's totally impossible.
Yeah.
Can she have kids already?
No kids.
No kids. Okay. So you are a provider. You don't want her to work, but
No, Kendra, come on. Kendra. Men can't just, it's like they want to click their heels 3 times and say, I'm a provider. I want to, like, I'm sorry, I'm bringing back that, follow the yellow brick road. I'm bringing back that old school shit. But no, really, it seems like men want to do is in their younger years, they want to run around, do whatever they do with women 3 times as much as that women do, right? And then one day they want to just come home and click their heels 3 times and say, I want to be a traditional man. It don't happen like that. Quita, they need to stop this traditional life. Straight up, Quita. Man. Mystic Moon breaks it down like this. This man is looking for employees for his small businesses who doesn't want to get paid, want to pay, who he doesn't want to pay. Yep. He's looking for interns. Yeah, I'm telling you.
No kids. Let's go to more deal breakers. No kids. What else? is another deal breaker?
If she's spiritual, if she refers to herself as spiritual.
Oh, you don't like spiritual?
Mm-mm.
Give me a second, y'all. Didn't he say that he wanted to be traditional? He said he wanted to be traditional. There's nothing wrong with not being spiritual, not at all. But one of the most traditional traits people have is being spiritual, whether it's Christian, Buddhist. That's one of the most traditional things you can be. Maybe he cleans it up. Let's find out.
Can you break that down? Why?
What I noticed, spiritual.
Is it me or is he slow?
Women tend to be, they associate God with religion, and they tend to be very far away from God, or they're self-righteous.
You know something? Let's keep it
So
going.
you want what? You want a godly woman, a religious woman? What would be the opposite for you?
I want her to love God with all her mind, body, and soul. But
wait a minute. Didn't he just say he did? Didn't he just say he didn't want a spiritual woman? A spiritual woman loves God. Now their God might be different, but they love that. Now they might not go to church and all that kind of. This guy is everywhere. Let me break it down like this. Mystic Moon says he doesn't like spiritual women. That is the code for he doesn't want a woman to know herself. Bars. He is scared she might know her power. Bars. In the house. Mystic Newbie, Mistress Newbie in the house. Good seeing you, Mistress Newbie. It's been a minute. Good seeing you, though. Towards definitely slow AF. Here we go, folks. I'm gonna break it down.
I want her to be willing to. I noticed that a lot of women today, when they have a certain train of thought, I want
Okay, let me hold on. I'm gonna drop the link just in case somebody wants to come up. Here we go.
her to be inviting to maybe a concept that she doesn't understand, like the emotion thing. Normally, when I'm vetting women and I'm telling them that being a woman is not an excuse to be overly emotional, I notice that they want to stay in that, and they don't want to find.
He's bad with women, and more than likely, he's got some psychological issues he needs to work through before even thinking about getting with another woman. Sounds like to me what he's trying to do is make a woman conform to his dysfunction. That's what it sounds like to me. He wants women to be dysfunctional for him. So he doesn't seem like he's dysfunctional. He wants somebody to fit inside of his own fantasy. He knows he probably doesn't think he knows it, but deep down inside, he knows he can't afford a woman. So let me break it down. Like, here we go.
Find peace. They don't want to learn how to and if I tell them like
wait, let me break it down here. Phoenix Soul breaks it down just like this. Y'all not listening to me. Grandpa, dad, 3 boyfriends, all male Leos are not for dating.
well, the scripture talks about overcoming and having perfect peace in your heart.
He does. He wants to dominate. This guy has that vibe that gives me that maybe, he can get a little bit too aggressive. Let me just put it that way. Here we go.
And being able to love people and not judge them. And I tell them, like, even sadness is like
tell them, okay.
Child to anger. So even if you're you're sad all the time, you may think that as a woman, well, I'm not an angry woman, but that is still an angry woman.
He's not a good person to be around. He's really telling you his past relationships. And he's really, because why would you bring this up? This is too abstract what he's saying right now. So basically, he had somebody in a relationship with him, and she or he was miserable around her, around him. That's basically what happened. Why is seeking knowledge breaks it down like this. He's been listening to Red Pill. They can't fully interpret their position. LOL, I told you, DJ. Forrest Gump's mom must have birthed him after. She was wrong acting like her kids wasn't special. Yep. I swear, there was something about him.
And to me, and I want her to be open to at least understanding these concepts.
Okay.
What concept? He's not a professor or nothing. Oh my God. Like I said, he's trying to make somebody fit into his dysfunction.
Okay. Okay. Now, Leo, just curiosity, what is your, I guess, religious belief? Like, how would you classify it? If you're not spiritual,
Bars. Thank you, Kendra. Thank you.
what are you?
I would just say I love God, and that
Okay, full of shit. Mr. Snoopy says this. He sounds like he damages a woman emotionally and mentally. Yep. But doesn't want her to show him the effects of his damage. Bars. Bars. Y'all are rocking up in that chat.
just leave it at that. But it would fall somewhere close between like Muslims think I'm Muslim. They think but then I can run across.
He has no clue. He is a lost soul. You would know who you were if you were truly spiritual. In whatever way, this is what's crazy to me. And he's, again, just like Austin, there's a lot of men who are lost like this. Let's keep it going.
Israelites, and they'll think I'm an Israelite, but I'm neither. I just love everybody, no matter the race, no matter what.
Okay. All right. So, do you have any other deal breakers?
Act Natural Under Pressure says he's unfit and mentally ill. That's the vibe he gives me. He gives me somebody who can go to 1 to 10 in a split second.
Just love fitness. You don't got to necessarily have the physique I have, but you got to love to, want to become the best version of yourself, work out, keep it looking good for me.
Okay.
Keep it looking good for me. Best version of yourself. Where have we heard this before? And people wonder why I talk about dudes so much. Because they keep talking about dudes so much.
I got a paid question for you. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So Hurla said, I think it's a woman. So you will provide with the dog walker job. How much do you earn, sir? Why don't you want her to work and you want her to be a stay-at-home mom?
Bars. Let's see what the answer is, folks.
So I run a full pet business. So that requires, boarding, cuts, personal training for dogs.
No, she just wants to know how much you make. She don't want to know what you do at your job. Nigga, please.
Dogs. It's a lot of fat dogs out here. And I get to run with them like an athlete, and it's fun.
What does that have to do with how much you're making? Do you see the gaslighting going on right now? He ain't answering the question.
It's fun.
Okay. I guess, you don't got to tell
He didn't answer the question. He didn't answer it. I thought at least at the end, he would at least try to squeeze in, but he didn't even do that. Man, I got to break my neck. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Gallery. I'm kind of wondering why you're getting pushback because I get women all the time.
No, he should get pushback. He didn't answer the freaking question. And he just literally gaslighted and sitting up there proud, like, yeah, I got them. He didn't say shit. Just how much did you make? What does provide? Let me bring it back a little bit. What does providing for a woman have to do with you? What does providing for a woman, a whole woman, have to do with you saying there's a lot of fat dogs out there? It's still the same money that you make per day. What is that money?
Bro, ladies, sometimes y'all confuse me, and I'm
No,
here.
no. Hey, Kendra, I'm perfectly on this. I perfectly see why. They didn't like the bullshit. They didn't like the bullshit, and I don't think you do either. He did not answer that question. It was a pretty straightforward question. And Quita nailed it. Oh, he's a narcissist. Bars. He is. He almost gets pleasure, okay, out of you. The look on his face when he said that, when he bullshitted everybody, and he didn't give a straight answer, it almost was like he enjoyed doing that and enjoyed the effect of him gaslighting everybody. Mr. Snoopy breaks it down like this. Sir, how much do your broke ass make? Yeah, basically.
Trying to understand, but y'all confuse me. Y'all tell me all the time I want a provider. He literally said he wants to be a provider.
They're asking, that's not what the... Kendra, please do not jump on the same bandwagon as this guy. They just want to know if they conform to his misery, how much does he make?
He doesn't want his woman to work. And now y'all are mad that he desires that? Because I thought that's what...
No, the problem is not that he desires that. The problem is that he wants to try to pull it off, and he can't. That's the problem, Kendra. Let's hear what that is.
Y'all tell me y'all want to. So I don't know. I'm a little confused why someone...
I know where that comes from, Kendra.
Where's it?
Uh-oh, here comes the narcissism. I can feel it. I can hear it in his voice. He's not a provider. Mr. Snoopy, he wants to be a provider. He is not a provider. There is no way you're going to be a dog walker, whatever you want to call it. I mean, you would have to be like, I swear, you would have to be running a $200,000 to $300,000 dog walking company to provide for a woman, because you're not taking all that money home. Some of it ain't all going to the bank. It's going to pay for the expensive and shit. Here we go.
Come from, Leo.
So there's women today, they believe in, see, they've already heard that the men want them to be submissive.
Wait, okay. Yep, here he goes again.
So I don't know. I'm a little confused why someone...
I know where that comes from, Kendra.
Where's it come from, Leo?
So there's women today,
Air Record says he does want his woman to work, though. Yeah, well, that's the only way they're going to make it. He's basically saying he wants, and that's the Air Record, that's the problem we got here. The guy is advertising, he's advertising a traditional life. He's advertising a traditional wife, right? But then, okay, his whole scenario is struggle love. But he's describing struggle love. Yes, he wants her to work for him. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad we're catching up on this. Yeah, exactly, Mystic. You picked up that energy too. You picked that. I knew you picked that up because not only what he said, Mystic, but the way he said it, the energy in his voice when he said it, the bitterness in his voice, that little spit. I know what they said. And now here he is right here. I gotta let this play. I know what they're saying, Kendra. That's how he sounded. Let's see how I was going to break it down. Yeah, I think we all can agree that he wants the woman to be a free employee, or as somebody put it, well, let me just say a free employee in the house. Sandy Red. Good seeing you, Sandy Red. Here we go.
They believe in, see, they've already heard that the men want them to be submissive. So they just
remember, listen closely. Watch the narcissist work. Watch him work. Watch him work.
say that they're submissive, but when it actually comes down to analyzing that and what that looks like, and them not, being argumentative and combative and trying to get their way all the
Oh
time.
my God. Now you see, now you see why I always get stuck doing Kevin Samuels videos. Because these disciples are out here, like him, bringing up this crap again. And the problem is that rhetoric can be very dangerous. Really, quite honestly, the red pill is the hotbed of narcissism, in my opinion. That's what I think about it. The red pill is the hotbed for narcissism.
They don't like that. They want their way. They want their way. And I understand.
It sounds like to me he wants his way. It sounds like to me he wants his way.
It's just that I prefer to lead the family, and
you're not a leader, bro. You're a sheep herder at best. You're average at best. You're just hey, look, there's nothing wrong with being an average man, but that's all you are. But you're asking for a superwoman. Then you don't make enough. Okay, so what you want her to do is marry you and then invest in your business. Then you're gonna cheat on her because that's what all you red pill dudes guy do. That's all you got. All of you guys do that shit. So you're going to cheat on her, and then she's gonna split up and you're gonna have all her money. If it hasn't happened already. Here we go.
And I am not gonna lean on myself. I'm gonna lean on my spiritual provider. And in the way I see it, there's an order to things, and she should let me lead the family because I'm not going. When I get weak, I know that I need to get up. When she gets weak, I know that I need to help her. So
you're already weak. You couldn't even tell us how much you made. Nigga, please.
I just believe in the order.
I gotta ask one thing because I am confused because you said you don't want a spiritual woman, but
wait, yeah, I didn't hear him say anything about having a woman, but we'll see.
Got a spiritual provider.
So God is spirit, right? Because it's not a being we can see, right?
He's full of shit.
So okay. I'm saying that I'm gonna rely on God.
Okay, that's fine.
Why is there a reason why he can't just answer a questions as succinctly and as accurately as possible instead of going on these little random things?
But and this is fine. I just want understanding.
Yeah.
You got
Kendra's trying to save him.
Your spiritual provider, but you went on record saying one of your deal breakers is a woman who is spiritual.
Bars. Thank you. Bars. Exactly. Bars. Kendra tried to help you, bro. Kendra tried to help you. Okay? But you're too full of shit. She tried to help you. Let me calm down. Let me calm down here. Here we go.
I almost thought you didn't like the word spiritual when you said all that.
Yeah, so no, not it's not the word. It's like the people that the goddesses, the women that think they're gods, and I went through that phase already.
What? Yeah, he's a narcissist. I can tell. The way he stacks statements.
I'm gonna rely on God. You
Okay,
know,
that's fine, but you, and this is fine. I just want understanding.
yeah.
You call God your spiritual provider, but you would
Rebecca, Rebecca, Mr. Doobie said this. He said, hold on. Did I miss something? He already has a woman. Woman? Why is he on Kendra's show? Rebecca says, Mr. Doobie, his hypothetical wife. Exactly.
on record saying one of your deal breakers is a woman who is spiritual.
Right.
So I almost thought you didn't like the word spiritual when you said all that.
Yes.
Oh, Kendra got you, right, bro? Yeah, see, she's not even trying to get you, but she got you. She showed how, what's the word I'm looking for? Full of shit you are. That's why he has that funny look on his face. Check this out. Check this look out like, oops. Watch.
Was spiritual. So I almost thought you didn't like the word spiritual when you said all that.
Yeah, so no, not it's not the word. It's like the people that the goddesses, the women that think they're gods, and
What the goddesses, the women who think they're gods. I don't know of a woman who thinks they're God at all. Not a sheeper. Yeah. I mean, this guy right here, he's funny.
I went through that phase already.
What, being a goddess? I mean, what? What phase are you talking about? Your whole phase? What?
Okay, do you have any other deal breakers, Leo, before we go to the next question?
No other deal breakers.
Does the one
Hazel, but where did she find this middle face?
I'm gonna have to look a certain way.
No, just love to eat healthy.
What's that again?
So now he's giving us that fake smile.
What'd you say?
Love to eat healthy.
Okay, we have some more paid questions. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, this one's from Billy the Kid. Billy the Kid said, if you work at WAG or Rover, just say that. Did I see you on the trip at Mr. a few weeks ago? I know you effing lying, I think.
Wags is I actually started on there, so that's where I developed. So yeah, it's a good starting point. But no, I have my own business now.
I think here's what
Man, he probably has his own business because they probably couldn't stand him at the job. Erica breaks it down like this. He needs to rely on his spiritual provider for employees. Exactly. All right. Hold on 1 second. Wait, let me mute you. You got a lot going on. Okay. He needs to rely on his spiritual provider for employees, business growth instead of his wife, so he can actually focus on the kids, bars. So yeah, this is crazy. Okay, Chaos Rain, what's going on?
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Question, DJ Torch. It's been a while. Besides, is only Kendra, what's that name? Kendra G's content that you focus on some of this content? Kendra G? Kendra G. The platform you're playing right now with Kendra G, is this the only platform or there's any other ones in relations besides her platform? In regards to dating and the dating, yes. Yeah, that's what she does. I think that's what she does.
Yeah, no. She did another show. I think she did like a radio show or something like that as well. And I'm not sure much about it because I only really know her from the single show. But she was doing something else before she did the dating show. She just started this maybe a couple years ago at the most.
Well, she started at the same time Kevin was still on because she was on Kevin. So obviously she kind of, it was not like took some concepts, but it's not like official. You know, Kevin when he did his as you know, very few people show themselves on camera, as you know, on the average. This one is like completely you got to show yourself on camera. It's like an official date show. And you know, Kevin doesn't focus on dating. He really just focuses on getting results, asking questions, what you want, get to the point. But we're not. This is not really focused on Kevin. Yeah. He don't really because you know some people say when they look at Kevin's content, it's not really in that twine because he did focus on a certain sex. It's not like you bounce around from all right. I dealt with one woman next caller, a man. He always stays strictly on one sex for a portion of his streams, unless he does like a special event. You get me? But that was not the basis of his channel. Yeah, he is. Yeah, I know he's dead, but that was not the focus of what he does. And Kendra, Kendra took some elements off that, which I heard. But this is like more when you watch her, it's like it's officially a dating show. You get me?
Yeah. Basically, what Kevin Samuels did is he was teaching a few of the men on how to manipulate women and get more out of them than they deserve. That's the conclusion I got from Kevin.
You mean only when he talks to the men, he sit there giving game to the men how to manipulate women officially?
Well, not necessarily. He's not really teaching them. He was more like follow what I do, follow the way that I'm handling these women mostly disrespectfully on the show, and basically when I think of it objectively, it was very bad for men because it gave men the false sense that they could find themselves a high quality woman and treat them the way that Kevin treated his high quality women that he had in his life. And he did have high quality women in his life. Unfortunately, it was short lived, it turned out bad, but he did have some very high quality women in his life. They actually took care of him. So his whole theory is actually works out pretty good for a lot of men because a lot of men don't have, like this young man on the screen, in fact, they don't have the type of capital to really provide for a woman. But Kevin gave these kind of guys the feeling they could provide when they couldn't. And we'll call it maybe false pride or false self-esteem, but that's the value those young men got out of his channel.
Well, for most dudes that watch it, it's really, if you think about it, it was more like saying, just whoop that trick type of atmosphere, and give it to him very swiftly and educationally overall. So if you look at why he was so successful even doing that, if we want to go there, is because unfortunately our people gave him the attention, and most people that consume it and push it was the women.
I don't know. I don't think it was the women that pushed it.
Oh no! Trust me, because if I have Facebook group while he was alive, and a lot of them can't stop talking about Kevin. Like his platform on what he was doing.
I mean,
and we all know, Thomas said that they might die alone, or even say they're too fat. Those type of things. And a lot of this is only what I experienced on my side. Okay. That's it.
No, but I was just gonna make a joke, and then it was just ironic how he talked all that shit about dying alone and shit is to women.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me get some input from Mystic Moon.
Okay, cool.
Welcome to the stage, Mystic and Darnell. Oh, she had to fall out for a minute. Hell, Darnell, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. DJ Torch, how about yourself?
Good. How long have you been watching the show for?
Be honest with you, I just joined. I just finished my session, so I just joined just now.
Right on. I'm just going to go ahead and play a little bit more of this tape, then we can respond to it. How about that?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, here we go.
What the question is, I think this is what it is. Because you say you don't want your wife to work, you want a traditional woman, people are trying to figure out your salary. So do you want to share what your salary is that will provide for your family, or do you want to keep that to yourself?
Right. Remember now, we've been on we've been on this for at least the last 15 minutes trying to find out what this guy makes. If you're gonna say you want to live a traditional life and you want a traditional wife, there's a price. There's a price. Can you afford them or not? There's going to be a point. It's not like they're being gold diggers. A woman is just being practical. It's like, look, this is how much it costs for me to live and breathe. I got to go to work every day to live and breathe this way. And basically, can you afford to do that? Because I'm not going to leave. A woman's like, look, I'm not going to leave my job for your shit if you can't afford to do the shit. And I don't see how men don't understand that. Let's see what his reply is, though. Here we go.
Wait, before you play, let me ask a question. How old is this dude that's asking for this traditional? How old is he?
He looks like
Did he
he's
say
maybe what, early 30s, maybe?
No, but the Kendra asked his age, because usually when people come on to ask their age and everything else. Did she ask him?
Yeah, I didn't
Oh
catch it.
God!
Yeah, I didn't catch
You know, and the reason why I asked, because this will further solidify. Say, okay, you at this age, you want this. All right, what do you think that not only let's say the cost amount if you want to go there, but why you think you want this in your life? You get me? Because most Americans work. And if the question was laid out properly, and we all know everybody when they do the platform, they don't really lay out simplicity to anybody that comes on. Now they had to sit back and really articulate why you want this. And I don't want to go back to the KS, but usually how it's supposed to go, if done correctly, not always will respect it, you ask a real crucial, simple question that a baby can understand, and then they go have to explain themselves further. Now, if they can't explain themselves, then obviously it said then this is something that you don't qualify, and now you don't qualify. But let's be honest, you're asking for too much to you're really bargaining for. You get me? As a man. But let's hear his response.
Got it. Before I start, Mystic, do you want to add a little bit?
Hey, I was just gonna speak on the part about him not wanting a spiritual woman. I thought that was very interesting, and I knew when he said that what he really meant, that it had nothing to do with God or nothing like that, but that he did not want a woman who knew she was a goddess and knew her power, knew her the power of her womb, knew the power of her spirit, knew the power of what femininity really is, which has nothing to do with how the woman dresses, doesn't have anything to do with how soft she speaks or whatever. The feminine energy is very strong, very powerful, and he doesn't want her to know that, because what he wants is an intern to come in and be what Mary J. Blige says in her song, be a lover and a secretary, working every day of the week. He wants her to be at the job when no one else is there, helping him to get on his feet. That's what he's looking for. And then once he gets on his feet, he's gonna ditch her. So this whole thing is foolish, and this is why I'm so grateful for women waking up and really learning what their power is and understanding that um, we don't even have to engage if we don't want to. And oftentimes, if we don't engage, it is healthier for us. Everybody's going to die alone. It's impossible to die with another person. However, in the way that they are meaning it, this whole idea of die alone, even if you're married, the woman is going to die alone, because more than likely the man is going to die before her. So it's just like it's this sort of silly thing to paint this picture of listening to him speak. It's like he's trying to avoid all the different like potholes that he can fall into, because he's wanting her to be okay. Imagine somebody walking and all those and there's a bunch of holes in the street that they're trying to avoid falling into. All those holes are his insecurities. His insecurity of his own manhood, his insecurity in the fact that he can't actually afford a traditional wife, his insecurity of trying to build his businesses, all of that. He's trying to build a woman that will be somebody who can exist in this delusion with him despite all of his profound insecurities, instead of actually resolving all of those insecurities and then looking for a wife that he can provide for. He wants her to provide for him, provide his self-esteem, provide the structure for his ego, provide these fillers and these holes that he's got. He's not willing to actually do any work. He literally, that song that Mary J. Blige sang is what he wants. And any woman who's listening to him had better either find somebody else or stay by yourself, because it's not worth the drama. It's not worth the headache. He literally just spelled out one massive headache. He could have just said, ladies, I want somebody that is willing to tolerate a headache from sun up to sundown. Who wants the job? That's all that's what he should have just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I have.
Ours. That's a lot. That's perfect. Darnell, what do you think?
We're talking about this gentleman or Kevin Samuels?
Let me fast forward. That's right. You just got here. Okay, everybody, here we go.
I don't mind, but I don't seek money. I do really well. I do above 80.
Okay. Now, for clarity, do you not want your wife to work, or is it an option? If she wanted to work, would you be fine with that?
No, I wouldn't be fine with that.
Oh, so we are getting clarity. So you don't want your wife to work at all?
Nope, I want her to work for me.
You want her to work for you?
Mm-hmm.
So he's looking for an employee. He makes $80K a year, or he said he did. Basically, he needs somebody to work for free because he knows that at $80K, $40K of that probably goes out for expenses and shit. You know, I'm not sure if he has his own building or anything. That can be from 10 to 20K depending on where he's at.
Yeah. I was just
what state he's from? What state?
I think he's in Texas.
Reside?
I'm 99% sure.
Well, I depending what business he has, if he does have business, which I question that. If your wife is gonna be not working, and how are you gonna maintain that? That's the question. With 80K, the math's not making sense in my opinion.
I mean, 80K is not a whole lot either. I mean, that's
what I'm saying. It's fair, but it's not a lot. And you're in down south, and depending what he's doing, making his money, besides taxes, and we're not going into all that too much detail. So how are you going to maintain that when a woman doesn't work and you make 80K and she works for you? What she's going to be doing? What he has lined up if his woman doesn't have to work? It's a question. This is where detail he has to really express. What she doing? Keep going.
Yeah, the issue we're having with him is that he doesn't seem to answer questions straightforward. He tends to bounce around a little bit here and there. Shout out to Gimme Foliage in the house. Mr. Snoopy. Hey, Witness. Phoenix Soul. Act Natural Under Pressure. Sandy Red. Here we go.
So how long did he say he had this business?
Maybe these are the things that
I don't know how long. I didn't hear that part at all.
Oh.
Okay, here we go.
I'm missing the cousins. Okay, cousins, maybe cousins. Y'all caught on before I did. Do you want to explain that? Because I know there's some people that are like, wait a minute now. So do you want to explain that?
Why I don't want her to work?
Yes, and make sure your light is good. Maybe it could be me. Why you don't want her to work, and if she does work, why she's working for you?
Well, I want kids. I want marriage, and it's very important that she prioritize the family and actually raises the kids. And I'm gonna work really, really hard to make sure that, we can get the things that we need. And I'm gonna go above and beyond and make sure we can get a house. But I need her to do her part, and I need her to
Okay, so he doesn't even have a house. I was gonna give him some slack if he had he already owned a house, and I mean by cash. He didn't even have that. So that makes me question whether he is really making 80K. Because the first thing I'm thinking about, if I'm making 80K, the first thing I'm thinking about is getting a house. That's the first thing. It's like, oh, I'm getting a house. Let's put it that way. I don't think he's making 80K. What are your thoughts, Mystic?
Okay, I'm sorry. I was reading the comments.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
You said that you were giving him slack. Can you just repeat the last thing you just said?
Yeah, I was giving him a little bit of some slack on whether, because he said he made 80K, right?
Mm-hmm.
But usually somebody who's making 80K, the first thing they do is invest in a house, because why pay $2,500 in rent when you can buy $2,500 in your own property, if you know what I mean?
Right. I agree with you. It sounds like like you said that, if he's making 80K, he's only 32, he has the potential to do great things if that's what he's intending to do. But it's like he's shooting himself in the foot because he's following this sort of like delusional rhetoric. I find it that they make this way harder than it has to be. It really isn't that deep. If you have decided that you want your spouse to live at home, do the math, where you live, the things that you want, the kind of house you want, the kind of amount of kids you want, figure out how to make that amount in the work that you're doing and get married. It's not that deep. It's like they're making this idea of like having a house with a housewife so difficult. It's like you either have the money to do that or you don't. You either have the time to do it or you don't. It's not that serious. And I find that in the Black community, it's like we're acting like we're doing physics, and it's not that hard. Just do it or don't. And all this talk about you don't want somebody with an attitude, you don't want somebody um to have a goddess attitude. No, what you want is, you don't want her to want anything because you're afraid that you don't have enough to provide what you want to be a protector provider, but you want to put limitations on her. So instead of you saying, okay, I'm only going to make 80K, so it needs to be a woman who's willing to sort of, budget, cut coupons, whatever, and rock with me in that way. No, what you want is, you want it to look like you're providing this upper middle class lifestyle, and you want her to pretend like that for other people and pretend like that for you and make it look believable, but yet she's suffering behind the scenes. He wants a doormat. He wants an intern. He wants a lover and a secretary working every day of the week. But what he does not want is to actually be a provider for a goddess. Being a goddess does not mean that you're some snob, some person who mistreats people or whatever. Doing that doesn't make you, that's not a goddess. A goddess is somebody who knows herself, who knows her value, who knows that she walks with the mother, knows that she is uh, she's committed to her spiritual growth. She puts her needs, her spirit first. That's what a goddess is. It's like he just doesn't want her to know herself, have no power, be the he wants what is it that's the on the bottom of a shoe, the rubber. He wants her to be
The soul
of his shoes. And I hope any woman who hears what he's saying says, hell no, we won't go.
Okay. May I ask
Nope.
a question?
Start now. Not to me. Ask it to Torch, but don't ask it to me.
Okay, I'll ask DJ Torch then. So I mean, as far as, does anybody feel like the term goddess may be condescending or narcissistic? It's like, okay, anybody that calls himself a god or a goddess, to me, may suffer from some kind of mental issue. I mean, wouldn't you guys, anyone else agree with that?
I'm a goddess.
Wait a minute. You said you didn't want to answer. You said don't
no,
ask you.
no, I
So
told you don't.
no. That's what. No.
Darnell,
That's
I
what you
told you
said,
not to
ma'am. No,
ask me
ma'am. No, ma'am.
anything.
No, ma'am. No,
I
ma'am.
told you
You
not
had
to
an
ask me
opportunity.
anything.
That's correct, and you decided that means don't answer it. So DJ Torch or someone else, please.
Nope.
I gave you an
I am a
opportunity.
goddess.
I
I
gave
am a
you an
goddess. Do you
opportunity.
think I have a mental issue, Darnell?
Yes, if you're calling yourself a goddess, and
I
yes,
am a
I do.
goddess. I am a goddess.
Darnell. That's what. Please let her answer. Just let her answer.
Or did you not hear that? Wait a minute.
Let's just let her
Well,
answer.
you're getting
Darnell. We're
very
not here to
emotional,
argue.
Darnell.
We're not here to argue. Let's let her answer.
The reason why I asked you not to ask me any questions is because you ask the most ridiculous questions, and it's drenched in misogyny and, frankly, stupidity. But I'm answering because I want to. And the truth is, I am a goddess. I don't have a mental illness. I don't have any mental issues. And it irritates men like you because you don't want us to have any value. You want us to be the rubber under your shoes. And we're sick of it. That's it.
Oh, I think for some reason he's stuck. Okay. So basically the other thing that caught me is, you know what I think, I don't know if they really, the men really want to be a protector and provider, at least not somebody like this guy. I think they're using that as some sort of promotion because they know that women want protection and provision, but he's really not in any position for either one. I mean,
Neither. Especially not protection. Like if he's basically giving rules about her emotions. Now, yes, people should be emotionally balanced, of course. So that makes sense. But he said that she doesn't have, just because she's a woman doesn't mean she have any excuse to be in her emotions. I'm like, what do you mean by that exactly? That's a very interesting thing to say on day one when you're speaking about somebody that you want to be in a relationship with and build with. You want her to be spiritually connected to God, but not spiritual in the sense of her being a goddess. You don't want her to be emotionally connected to herself and expressive, but you still want her to be your spiritual provider. Like none of that makes any sense at all whatsoever. And I think you're absolutely right, Torch. I absolutely believe that he wants it sounds good to be a protective provider, but you're not protecting her emotionally, you're not protecting her financially, you're not doing any of those things. You're literally asking her to be the gum that's got stuck to your shoe so that you can go build your life so that when you do make it there, you are going to cheat on her. This is at this point, it's not about like if he will cheat on her. No, you cannot have that level of insecurity and this level of delusion and not cheat on somebody. Like you're gonna do it. It is. I can about 99% guarantee that as soon as he gets to where he wants to be, and she does anything that tickles his ego the wrong way just a little bit, he is gonna go find somebody else and replace her and pretend as if he did all of this himself.
Right. Exactly.
And Darnell, I recognize that I am very rude to you, and I shouldn't be, and I apologize about that. But I am just very tired of men with the BS. Women are getting sick of it. It's like you don't listen to us. You don't care about what we have to say. Any real man that hears a woman say that she's a goddess should not be scared of that. Like you should be intrigued. You should figure out how you're going to protect the goddess within her instead of trying to make her less than who she is. How can you feel good about yourself wanting a woman to be less than who the creator made her to be? She is she has birthed every human on this planet, and you don't want her to call herself a goddess? She ministrate just from the age of 12, 13, just see the sort of like the aggravation that you're getting about this is what's frustrating.
Mhm.
A woman gives birth to every human that exists on this planet. Yet you're scared for her to call herself a goddess. She she is the nurturer of the children. She is all the she's all the unseen beauty and peace and nurturing that exists that doesn't ever get any kind of acknowledgement. She's all of those things. She is the home. Yet you don't want her to call herself a goddess. She is a goddess. And you serving a goddess makes you a god. You don't become a god just by breathing. You become a god by serving a goddess. So I just get really tired of men not taking women seriously. But you know what? Women are waking up and they are seeing the power. And before you know it, I call it the matriarchy rising, like because it's coming. Now it may not come in our lifetime, but it is coming. That's all.
Bars. I'm gonna play a little bit more, and then Darnell, you can chime in.
Focus on, the kids. Homeschooling is important as well.
So you don't want your kids to go to like public school, private school?
No, I want her to be a mother. Yeah, I actually believe that women are supposed to raise the children and not give the kids away to a school system, and that they will say that they don't.
That's strange him saying that. I thought in the Kevin Samuels world, women didn't make good mothers. Now he's saying they should raise the children.
Agree with what they're teaching and stuff like that.
So you wouldn't want a career woman then? That's not the woman for you?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Ooh, okay, Leo.
So what does she get? Let's see if we'll find out.
I guess the cousins kind of picked up on all this energy before I did. That's where their questions were coming from.
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, we got some more questions. You're tapping into emotions tonight. Logical faith says, bro, you can't properly lead without a clear, defined standard. Religion is not a dirty word. And if you're going to quote the scriptures, you need to be consistent, not pick and choose.
Bars. Literally bars.
Do you have a response?
If I'm gonna, religion is not a dirty word. I think religious people, the way I see them, they're like Bible thumpers, and I don't think that that's right, because that's like that gets in.
Torch, if I had a pair of glasses, I would take mine off too.
Oh man, Mystic, can you please break it down for me? Because I'm too bad too. This dude right here. I swear.
This he's like honestly, like whenever you look at people, sometimes you can see the age where they stopped growing. And when I look at him, he's 14. You know what I mean? Like something stopped growing in him, and it just all of these delusions. And the sad part is that it's not even necessary. He actually sounds like he is on the right track if you're working on your business and all of that. But he's making it so difficult for himself and for the woman. He wants her to, you know what? I can't. He wants her to be a mother, be a homeschool teacher, work at his business, and you know it's going to be full time, cook, clean. Mind you, raising the children by herself for the most part, because
Right.
he said the woman cook, clean, have sex with him,
Be loyal.
Look the other way when he cheats on her, because he is going to do it if he's not already doing it. And not have access to her emotions and not express her emotions of being overwhelmed and exhausted from doing all of this. And you ask the question, well, what does she get? She gets absolutely nothing. She gets a man who has a job. Who the fuck doesn't have a job? We all have jobs. So
Right.
you mean to tell me that I'm going to do all of that work because you have a job?
Right.
I'll
She
just
could.
I'll just keep my job and stay single and not have to do any of that work. That is why that's why you see the West 4B movement forming, because women are like, what is the point? You're going to make me do all of that work just because you have a job, as if I already don't have one when I met you.
Right.
So what am I getting? I'm getting nothing.
And probably was happier at the job than with this dude.
Exactly. And at least a job is just 40 hours. When I come home, guess who's there? Me. Guess who I have to cook for? Just me. I don't even have to cook. I don't have to raise any children. I don't have to have any children. I could just come home and just veg out in front of the TV if I want to. I don't have to do anything. So
Right.
being alone is much better than being in these relationships with these men, the men like this, not every man, but the men like this, where they have this laundry list of expectations of you. And the list that I named isn't even all of it. He wants her to be his emotional support puppy. He wants her to be his therapist. He wants her to pretend that she's happy and upbeat in front of other people. He wants her to make up for all of his shortcomings. Lord have mercy, he wants her to be a mule for all the things that he can't do, don't know how to do, don't want to do. Absolutely not. If any woman is listening to this and they hear this, I hope, and it sounds like the people in her audience are like, red flag, red flag, red flag, which I'm grateful for, because there's nothing but this man is.
He's a bad deal.
He is apple red flag. Like whatever color that is more red than red, that is what he is.
Crimson. Yep.
Crimson, yes.
Or blood red. Either one.
Yes.
Just not regular red.
All of that. He is
Yeah.
covered in red, covered in the blood. Let me stop.
Here we go.
Into judgment. And yeah. So, and I'm not picking and choosing. I just have a different understanding of something. Like, I believe in like the divine order, which is, man put his faith in God and the woman puts her faith in the man. So that's just the way I see it. And
Women tried that and that didn't work out well at all.
Torch. The woman puts her faith in the man. Think about how ridiculous that sounds. I'm going to put my faith in a man, just a man.
Right. We've seen how that turned out.
Horribly.
Yes.
To the point where women had to fight for rights to get the hell away. Are you kidding me? I'm going to put all of my faith in you. We had our faith in you. You voted for us, right? You worked instead of us. You had credit cards instead of us. You were able to buy land and property instead of us. And we see how miserable we were then. So we had to get the fuck away. So why on earth are we going to regress in 2024? So that we can be your footstool, so that we can be the stand at which the pedestal to hold up your ego, just because you have a job.
Right.
Something that everybody in the world has, a fucking job. I'm going to literally be your maid, your sex worker. I'm going to be your baby mama, the teacher, emotional support therapist, because you have a job.
Right.
Because that's the only thing that he says that he's offering. He gets up in the morning and he goes to his job. That is it.
Exactly. And you're supposed to do everything else.
Everything else.
I mean, at least have a house, and he don't even have that.
So DJ Torch, may I ask a question, DJ Torch?
Go for
So in a relationship, I mean, okay, let's say you're the stay-at-home wife. Okay, what should be the role if a man has the job? What should be the role of the stay-at-home wife?
Basically, the problem we're having is that there's a disconnection on the requirements that a man should have. Period. Really. I mean,
Okay.
what?
Well,
I mean, number
what
one,
requirements do you think?
well, the problem is we started out with roles. That's the problem to me.
Okay,
Because
gender
really,
roles.
there should be a spiritual connection between the woman and the man to the point
Uh-huh.
where they're not even talking about roles. They're working together as a team and they're
Correct.
enjoying it. That's what should be happening. Having
Correct.
this dude going to work, doing what he wants to do, by the way, and then leaving the mother home to have two very painful kids, and then having to wash and clean and scrub and wash and cook, and then of course she's going to have to go get a job because he's not going to make quite enough. So she's going to have to go out and then work too after the kids are a certain age, if they get to that level. If he doesn't cheat on her and they break up before that point, there's no. The thing is that Kevin Samuels is always to say, oh yeah, this is a bad deal. The key is that it goes for women too. Where's the deal for them when it comes to a relationship with a man like this?
Okay, so all right, DJ Tur. So let's establish, because you did say there has to be a burden on them, or excuse me, not a burden, but a man has to. You did ask about what a man has to provide to have that type of woman. Okay, so using your area, what would you say would be an amount for a man to have a stay-at-home wife? What should he be bringing home in your area? You think?
Let's say in my area.
Yes.
Let's say in my area, I'd say they better have a 150.
About 150K a year. So let's say this man
that's just living okay.
Okay, that's
and
fine.
That's not including all the things that the man just asked for. Because if he gets all the things, if he's asking for all the things that he's asking for of her, if you break down the cost of each of those things, it's going to be a hell of a lot more than 150K a year. If she's gonna be the teacher and the babysitter, because he's not gonna help, according to what he's saying. He's gonna be be his therapist, all of this shit, his meal. You're gonna need to make a hell of a lot of money to be able to afford a nanny to help out, to be able to afford that she's getting vacations when she needs them, that she has help cleaning the house. She's going to need a whole lot of help in order to be able to do all of these things. She can't do it by herself. So he's going to have to pay for that. So he probably needs 300K. Think about it. If you're look at what he's asking for. That's the point we're making. He's asking for too much shit. And so if you're going to ask for that, fine. Then that means that you need to be able to support a staff. He's asking for too much. It's too much on a woman to do it. What if we reverse the roles and you had children and the woman went to work and she made her 150K. That's it. That's all she made.
Okay.
And she went from 9 to 5 and that was it. And she came home and she did nothing. And you were responsible for cleaning the entire house, doing all the laundry, taking care of children, 5 years old, 3 years old, 2 years old. Don't forget you were pregnant for 9 months, right? Well, for each of those children. You're schooling those children. You're going to be his emotional support system because you're going to have to keep up a facade that you're okay. Imagine you, Darnell, doing all of that. And then the person that you're with, your wife, comes home after working 9 to 5 and you're doing all of that. It's not worth it. Just stay single and don't have no kids.
So in your scenario, that 150K, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm not, or mom or parent, whatever. I'm stay at home. I don't work, right? Is that correct? I don't have to work a 9 to 5 to help out.
No, she's working.
No,
Okay,
even
so
if
I-
listen,
so-
but no, even if she did not have a job and she was at home,
Exactly.
that
She's
is
still working.
too much.
No,
working, yeah.
I'm
on one
talking
person.
because you asked me to put myself in the shoes of a woman, so that's what I'm trying to do, of a stay-at-home mom. Correct? That's what I'm trying to
Yes,
ask here.
Okay, I just listed it. If you're doing all the things I listed as a woman, like
Right.
you're the
Right,
roles
right.
reversed, and then the person
got
that
it.
you're with is earning 150K, working 40 hours a week,
Right.
and that's all they
I
do.
got
They do
that part.
nothing else. How
I
would
got
you
that.
feel?
I got.
How would you handle
I
all
got
of
that
that
part.
work?
Okay, so here's how I want to answer it. Okay, and let me ask this question: is am I able to stay at home? I don't have to go to work, right?
You're
I'm
at
a
home.
stay at home.
You're at home because being at home is
Okay,
work.
perfect. Thank you. If in that case, I'm going to make sure that dinner is going to be on the table as soon as my wife gets home. You know, I'm going to do all the cooking, all the cleaning. Remember, I don't have to. Marriage is a partnership. My wife is bringing home the income, putting the roof over my head, putting the food on the table. The least I can do is prepare that food.
Sir,
Make sure my wife has lunch when she goes to work.
The least that you're doing, the least
Mm-hmm.
of the two of them, the least is the person who's going to work for 40 hours.
No, that's not true.
That is
That
the
person
least.
is bringing in. How is
Nope.
that the least?
It's
How
the
is that the
least.
least?
Let me tell you why it's the least. Because
Okay, go ahead.
okay, so let's put the roles back to where this is why we say that men don't give a shit about women. Because I done sat here and told you this, and you know that we're unhappy, and you know that we're walking away, and you're still clinging to this idea that what you just described actually worked. There is no way in hell that you will survive under all of that.
So
Hold on. Let me finish.
Go
Let me
ahead.
finish.
Go
In a
ahead.
fantasy world, if you want to live out a fantasy, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But in the real world, that is too much. Women are complaining about buckling under this pressure all of the time. It's too hard. It's too much work because you're running a house, you're running children, you're running your husband. You're doing all of that. And all that person is doing is going to a 9-to-5 job. That's bullshit. So the best thing to do for a woman is if the man wants to provide, he has to provide for not just money, but he has to provide to make sure that she feels safe in her own body, safe mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that she gets enough sleep, that she has enough time for herself, that she's not working from sundown to sun up to sundown, making sure that he helps with the children, making sure that she's not left alone to do all of this stuff, because doing this much work, just cooking 3 meals a day and cleaning up after it is a lot. So the truth of the matter is, Darnell, I want you, I would hope that you were cursed to live 5 years or 1 year living the life that you say that you would so willingly do if you had somebody making 150,000 a year, and see if you don't come out of that thing, you know what, it's not fucking worth it. I'll stay single and work my damn self, because all I have to do is work 9 to 5.
Okay. Do you work? I'm assuming you work a 9 to 5 right now, correct? That's what I'm assuming. Is that correct?
What does
Wait,
we're not
can I
we're not
interject
answering
for
any
just
questions
1
about
second?
myself. I'm not
Let me-
answering any personal questions. But
Okay, let me
I'm
interject
done.
something real quick. Would you prefer to just work 8 hours or have to work 16 hours?
Well, see, that's the thing, DJ Torch, is that especially making 150K, the chances of you working only 8 hours is probably not happening. You're probably working 10 hours a day. You know, maybe you got the boss asked you to stay late. You know, sometimes
Okay,
you got to
so
work
then the other
12.
person's still working 14, right?
But here's the thing: without the job, marriage is I think we all agree is a partnership. That person, and you asked me. I'm sorry.
Okay, you were breaking up for a second, but
You didn't answer Torch's question, Darnell. You did not answer his question.
He said I was
He
said I was breaking up.
But you didn't answer the question before or after you were breaking up. You're talking
I
about
was
some other
talking
shit.
and then it broke up. No, I'm trying to get to that. If you'll just allow me, I let you finish. Please allow me to finish. Is that okay?
Okay, just what? Okay, go ahead, Darnell. Finish.
Okay, so again, we don't know what's going on in that person's life, but anybody that works a job knows you're not just working 8 hours, and we all know you got that crazy boss, you know, or maybe some coworker doesn't like you, whatever.
Okay.
You know, we got to deal with
Okay.
adversity on the
Okay, so
job.
let
So
me
it's
ask
not
you
just
this
this
then.
little easy thing.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
Okay, women know how to work too, right?
I'm sorry, repeat that.
Women know how to work too, right?
Yes.
So basically, though, women are capable of having kids and men are not, correct?
That's correct.
So in a family situation, they're already doing more work because they're going to have to take care of the children, probably more than likely, because unfortunately, men aren't as we just aren't as good as taking care of kids. We're just not.
Okay.
So that's already an extra job the woman has, whether she's working or not, right?
If she is working and doing that, then yes, that's doing too much.
But she's already going to have to do that,
but if you're a stay-at-home mom,
Nope,
and
Darnell,
you mean to tell
you're
me
missing
I
the
can't,
question.
I am too
Darnell.
busy to raise my kids, you know,
Darnell.
you're going to have to hire a maid.
Darnell.
You know, for a
You're
2000.
missing
Hold on a
the
second. Hold on.
question.
I am not missing the question. I'm answering
You
the question.
are.
No, ma'am. I was asked, is it too much work? And I said, if I am a stay-at-home mom, then no. If I have to go to work, you
I
did.
didn't ask that, Darnell.
You asked me, is that too much work? You didn't. So you didn't just ask me that.
No.
For someone who's worked for a woman, Darnell.
If I play the
For
tape
a
back,
woman,
I'm not going to hear that.
Darnell,
I just want to
Torch, can you
double
ask
check.
him the question again so that he can
Go ahead.
actually hear you?
Okay. A woman is already working, even if they're at home. You just have the idea they're just sitting there.
No, I did not say that. I did not say that they're just sitting there. Okay, I do
That was the
acknowledge,
point
yes, that is work.
Okay, wait, let me finish what I was saying. That's the point that Mystic's making, is that a woman is working no matter what. And the hours are going to be longer because kids don't go away after 8 hours. You see what I'm saying? The only time it's really starts to even get to be an advantage is if she doesn't have to take care of any kids.
Okay.
And Darnell, imagine this. Just think about this. So if a woman, she's not working a traditional job at all. She's just at home with the children, right? So if she is only going to be with those children 40 hours and that's it to match her husband, then fine. Then that means that, okay, I work 40 hours for my kids while my husband is at work. He's working his 40 hours. And then when he comes home, we tackle everything together. We split it down to the middle because I'm working 40 hours. If you think that that's an easy job, fine. It's not. But
no, I never said it was easy.
Hold on. The point I'm making is, if you're thinking, when you keep saying stay at home mom, it's almost like you shift the energy from it being this job to this little thing that somebody's doing, just sitting on the sofa all day long. No, she's working.
I never said that.
Let me finish. It's implied. She's working for her children. So if she's just working for the kids and doing nothing else, at some point she may sit down and have some lunch, get back up and do some more work. Right? Same thing with the man at the office. He gets to sit down for a little bit, take a little break, get back up, go to a meeting. They're both doing the same kind of thing, getting up to do some things, get a little break, get back up to take care of things. So she's working her 40 hours and you're working your 40 hours at work. When you come home, how is it not fair that then based on your logic, that everything else is split down the middle? That sometimes I cook, sometimes you cook. Sometimes, after work, you're with the kids. Sometimes I'm with the kids. Why wouldn't that be fair when raising children is a job and going to an office and sitting in a chair is also a job and important? Why all of a sudden is it that how is that not fair? Wouldn't that make, based on your logic of like somebody working for 40 hours, wouldn't it make sense that they come home and just work together once they both get off of their 40-hour jobs? Or 50. Let's say they both work 50 hours. That's fine. Wouldn't that be a fair thing?
If you said both parties are working 50 hours a week.
50. Listen, being a mom is full time, so she doesn't get off. So if the husband is, listen, if the husband is at the work at job for 50 hours, then she's definitely at home 50 hours working. So whatever hours he's working, she's matching it because she's by herself. So if he's working 50 hours at work, she's working 50 hours at home staying with the kids. So why is it that you expect her then to cook, clean up after dinner, do all the laundry, help with the homework, drop the kids off to school, pack the husband's lunch? Like, she's doing all of this stuff on top of watching the children. Why wouldn't it make sense for, if she's by herself with kids for 50 hours, he's by himself at work for 50 hours, when they get together, they split everything down the middle? Wouldn't that be fair?
I think he froze up. We can play a little bit more of this until he gets back. Here we go.
And a lot of people don't interpret the scriptures like that, but like that's the way I interpret it. You know, I think that's the best way.
That's the best answer. Yeah, a lot of people, normal people, don't interpret it that way.
All right, Ashley Michelle said, ask if his wife will get paid while working for him. Also, will she get a percentage of the company?
You see how he's laughing about it? Believe it or not, in other cultures, the husband gladly pays the wife. They literally will pay the wife. I've been there. I've seen it. And look how he's just laughing about it.
It's a no. It's a no.
See?
It's a no.
Oh my God. And he's like mad he was even asked that.
No. So check this out. How she will get paid is, I will say this, because I put in a lot of work in what I do. I get a massage every week, so she'll get that. She'll be well
taken care of house, sir. She's cooking, cleaning. You know what, Torch? I'm about to step down because Darnell and his raggedy internet, and this man with this raggedy rhetoric is making me sick. But if you get a chance to ask Darnell the question that I asked, if he comes back on, I would love to hear his answer. But thank you for having me up.
Thank you, Mystic.
taken care of, and she'll have the things that are essential. But I want
essential. So basically, he's saying that if you marry him, you will get what you could always just get on your own anyway. And don't find yourself a job that you enjoy being at, then you're getting less. You're literally getting less from him than if you had your own job with people you like to be around for 8 hours and just go home to peace and quiet and a non-controlling dude who is giving me the vibe that he's got some problems.
I want a woman that's not so focused on the world, though. I don't want her so caught up in, us, upgrading, a car and us trying to be in designer. Like let's hit this.
What? Now he's literally offering poverty. See, that's the problem right there. A woman wants to get married to somebody most of the time. Unfortunately, it's only most of the time, for an upgrade in lifestyle, not a downgrade of what this guy is offering. And fellas, this is the problem right here. This is the disconnection. And that's why you always think women are gold diggers, because because think about it like this. If a woman is going to get married to you and give her life to you, they want a fucking upgrade. They want a fucking better life. Why would they want to offer? Why would they go for this bad deal right here? Listen.
Percentage of the company.
It's a no. It's a no.
It's
It's
a
a
no.
no. No. So check this out. How she will get paid is, I will say this, because I put in a lot of work in what I do. I get a massage every week, so she'll get that. She'll be well taken care of, and she'll have the things that are essential.
Notice how he said nothing of substance. Well taken care of. What does that mean? And she will have everything that is essential. If you guys know the buzzword of essential, if you notice, that's where all the cheapest, lowest price items are kept. It's like when you go to Amazon, they have an essential collection. It's usually all of their economy brands. It's kind of like the same thing when you go to, let's say, Kroger or something like that. They have an essential line of items. When you go to buy, instead of buying maybe the high end internet, right? They have a new name for it. It's called the essential internet. That's where instead of getting a gig down and maybe 500 gigs up of bandwidth, that you're getting 5 gigs down, a terabyte up, and a terabyte down and 500 gigs up. Instead, you're getting like, I don't know, maybe 20 gigabytes down, and you're up maybe 1 gig of upstreaming. So that's what essential means. I need to make sure that this is clear. This is what this guy is. That's the most honest thing this guy has said. He's basically telling you you're going to be walking into poverty. He's telling the truth now. That's the vibe I'm getting.
I'm sorry, DJ Torch. But I just came back. I was in the elevator. I lost my signal.
Oh, no problem.
Okay. So yeah, I heard you about the essential, but DJ Torch, I'll be honest with you. I'm a man that just literally, sometimes I buy what you call the essential or the no name brand. To me, it's, sometimes depending on the product,
but that's not
sometimes.
my point, Darnell. My point is, it's like if a woman's going to work her butt off to make a marriage work, she doesn't want to. Why would she want to live an essential life? What's the point? She can live an essential life on her own.
Mm-hmm.
And and that's the problem that a lot of young men don't understand, is that why would somebody want to give up a better life to be with a man who's not necessarily she's going to have to live an essential life with? And by the way, this guy, the vibe I'm getting from this guy, he doesn't seem like he's a cool guy to be around at all. So that's the problem. He kind of reminds me of maybe a Mr. Let himself go's son or something like that. Mr. Let Go's son. He would act like this. Same vibe. Same kind of weird FU vibe to, not care about what a woman wants or anything kind of vibe, which is why these men are single. And that's why a lot of men are getting frightened, because it's like women are catching on that men are a bad deal. We are. We're a bad deal.
I have to disagree on that. It depends on the man, but that's my opinion.
I mean, it depends on the man, but by average, think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
go ahead.
It's like, in general, especially, let's look at the red pill man.
Okay.
Okay. What better life do they have to offer a woman with their rhetoric? Thinking, not only saying the rhetoric, but doing the rhetoric.
Which rhetoric to be exact?
Cheating peace, rotation, cook and clean. What is it? Submissive.
Fit, feminine,
I mean, what
submissive.
kind of deal is that for? What kind of deal is that for a woman? Unless somebody just wants to be punished.
Yeah, depends on what you're looking for, I suppose. You know, you want a loyal, honest man that's not going to cheat, and this and that. More than likely, you're better off finding an average guy, because you got to remember that guy making 300,000-400,000. There's only maybe 1%.
Wait, Darnell, that's a myth. You want to know
Hold on a
average
second.
guys? Average guys cheat just as much as rich guys do.
Okay, but here's the thing. And I don't, and yes, I don't believe that average guys don't cheat, but I'm just saying, okay, for a fact a guy making $400,000 a year, statistically, you got to remember the statistics is that there's not very many men making 400,000. So guess what? There's a lot of women that want that guy. He has options. That's just reality.
But that's the point.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's fair.
Darnell, the problem is this. This is the big problem.
Yeah.
And it's really not a problem. It's just the way of the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's in our culture, 400K is rare. In other cultures, it's not as rare.
What? $400,000 in other cultures?
No, wait, Darnell, let me finish what I'm saying here. Okay. Men of other cultures, they seem to right now value monogamy more than men of our cultures. And here's the thing is this. Think about it. Look how big Kevin Samuels got. He never talked about monogamy for men.
Uh-huh.
He never did he?
Uh-huh.
Right? How about the Passport Bros? Did they talk about monogamy?
No. Well, not
okay.
The majority, no.
Let me keep cooking here for a minute.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So aren't those guys a large portion of the heart and soul of our community?
Possibly. Yeah, I don't know for sure. I would love to see the numbers myself, because I'm kind of curious. You got me curious on that myself.
Yeah, think about it.
I would definitely love to see the numbers on that. But but the thing is, one of the things I'm going to disagree with you on when you said other cultures of men, that are high income earners don't cheat. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you.
But wait, Darnell.
Uh-huh.
When I say something, I say exactly that.
Uh-huh.
And what I mean is this, is that I said that other cultures of men tend to respect monogamy more.
Okay, other cultures of men. Okay, well, I have been to Kuwait. In Kuwait, a man can have as many wives as long as he can take care of them. I've been to Iraq.
Okay.
Same thing.
Darnell, we're talking in a practical sense.
No. Those are other cultures.
Wait. Let me stop. We are in the United States. We are in the United States. You cannot be married.
You said other cultures, right?
If we have to talk about, I have to be ultra specific, other cultures of men in the United States. Okay.
I still disagree, because where do they come from? They come from these other countries that I'm naming.
But when they come to the United States, unless they want to get arrested, they conform to the American way, right?
If that was the case, then prostitution would not exist in the United States.
I don't know why we're going down these little rabbit holes, but let me break it down like this. All of the Arab men I know, all of the men of different cultures that could have multiple women, when they come here, they seem to be perfectly happy with just having one. Okay? that includes the Caucasian men, the Asian men, Native American men, Latin men. Okay. And what I'm telling you is this, and I'm going to take it slow for a minute. From the advertisement we're getting, okay, from the red pill, okay, community of obviously black men and the passport bros, okay, they have made it clear that they don't value monogamy as much as, let's say, I don't know, a regular business guy. They just don't. I mean, we went through it. We know Austin ran through women. We know that a lot of the passport bros run through women. We know that Kevin Samuels ran through women. We know that MTR ran through women. We damn well know Fresh and Fit ran through women, right?
Yeah.
So we know for a pretty close fact that the mantra is not of monogamy in their culture. It just of the red pill culture. It's just not there. And then we have to say, well, wow, this is, this red pill and this Kevin Samuels phenomena and Fresh and Fit. These are some of the most popular black human beings on TV. I mean, on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
They're some of the most popular by far. Okay. I mean, in fact, I would say that that Kevin Samuels probably had as many subs as the whole BWE movement on YouTube. Period. Okay. Think about it. The biggest person in the BWE was Cynthia G and Queenmaker, right? Don't get me wrong. There's some there's other ones that don't come to mind, but those are the two. They only really had like 250, 300,000. You see what I'm saying? So you could take the whole BWE movement, and these men were so popular, right? That they literally they could literally be outnumbered the whole BWE movement. Just a couple channels.
Yeah.
So then you have to say to yourself, well, damn. So how many of these men think like this in our community? And you have to say to yourself, like, shit, it must be a pretty large number because there's at least 1.5 million following Kevin, right? Another, I guess, Fresh and Fit, they're probably about 1.5 million themselves too, right? Angry Man's 250K, right? Okay. Poor Man's Podcast is damn near 1 million. So that's already like 4 or 5 million guys. Now there's going to be some overlap, right? But for the most part, there's only 20 million black men in the United States total, right?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
About 20 million.
So literally, this mentality, this could be the majority of black men in the United States. And I just went over like 5 channels so far.
Yeah.
So now you see where I'm going with this. It's like, okay, if the majority of the men in our community have this mentality, right? What deal is it for women? I mean, if you had to date, this is gonna sound fucking weird, but just roll with me. Let's say you became a woman again, like Mr. Moon said, you were a wife, right? Would you, if you dated one of these red pill dudes, would you feel like this is the deal or what?
Me personally, probably not. No.
Okay. So basically, that's where women are at right now. So basically, it's like this. That's just we know there's a red pill community and in other races. We know there is. But you would be quite surprised on how differently they think of women than we do in our red pill. You see what I'm saying? They're not as restrictive, believe it or not. Even if that cook and clean bullshit started there, they've backed down from that shit quite a bit. You've heard what's his name? The guy who's older, Dr. What was his freaking name? Camel did
Doctor. I know who you're talking about. It'll come to me. Hold on.
Camel did a live stream on him.
Yeah, Dr. Peterson. Dr. Peterson. Jordan Peterson.
Right. Have you heard him talk?
Yes, I have.
Dr. Peterson is not talking that, and he's probably the Kevin Samuels for white people, right? He ain't talking that. He ain't talking that cooking clean bullshit. Not anymore. He's quite different. So the thing is this: where's the deal for black women? Where if the majority of the men in our community think or support Kevin Samuels' ideology, what's the deal? Where's the deal?
Well, like I said, it just depends on what you're looking for. You know, if you're looking to be, for luxury things.
Dogged out? What kind of luxury things? Wait a minute.
If you want to say dogged out, but if you're looking for the luxury lifestyle, like Mystic Moon had said earlier, you guys going to have to make $300K, then I'm going to be honest with you. Then yes, remember, other women want that same guy because it's not easy making $300K, right?
You want to hear the checkmate?
Go ahead.
Hear the checkmate? Here comes the checkmate.
Let's see.
Who makes more? Who makes more 300? How many more? What race of men have more 300K men?
Percentage-wise, it would be Asian, but total number-wise, white men.
Okay. So why wouldn't a black woman just marry one of them and be happier? Because Asian men and Caucasian men, I'm not saying they don't cheat. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But
just look at. No, that's not true.
They cheat less. They do.
Okay. All right. So
if later on you pull up some numbers, we want to do a numbers game. We can do that on another live. But
okay. Well, I'll tell you what.
And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not flossing this. This is no floss. I'm just like, this is not good for me. You see what I'm saying? I keep it as real as fuck on here. So if they cheat less, right, and they could love a black woman just as much, why wouldn't they take that offer?
Because that right there, is not true.
It's true.
But okay, all right. Let's play a game.
Okay,
you name a black person that cheats. All right. I'll name a white person that cheats. You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Well, I could just say the whole black community.
Hold on. Go ahead. Well, no. Let's pick names and let's see who runs. Let's see who runs out of names first.
Let me see. No, let's do a percentage thing. Let's do percentage thing. That we could be here all night doing that shit.
Well, I don't have numbers on percentages, so.
Okay. Wait. Let me see, sir. I'm just stabbing it out here on the computer.
Okay.
This is funny. I just saw this I just popped this up. I'm not saying this is true because I think it's a little extreme myself. Oops, what is this happening here? Let me bring this up again.
Oh crap. My phone gonna die.
Okay. But
if I lose you,
say to a friend that 99% of black males cheat. Even I don't believe that much. But
okay. At least you
pretty messed up. Which group of men cheat the most? Okay, this is age-wise, men in their 70s. Okay, let me break it down. Yeah. What percent of black men cheat? Okay. What nationality? Okay, this is a nice way to put it. What nationality? Okay, that doesn't say anything.
No,
That's
you're
Greenland.
not going to find it that way.
No,
You're gonna
no.
have to you're gonna have to look for like some kind of like Pew poll or something, like a Pew
Right.
Research poll, something
Yeah.
like that. You're gonna have to find somebody has to do a poll on it,
Right.
and that'll give
Right.
you a general idea.
Okay. So okay. So have you ever been like to some of those? Okay. So 300. Let's take a 300K man, and we're gonna work it like this. We're gonna work it like this, and then and go from there. Okay. So a 300K man, let's say if he's a black man, right? Needs to make okay. He's a black man making 300K, right? Yeah, exactly. Jay Richards says this. That 300K, that was a hypothetical salary thrown out there. Any woman would be attracted to that salary. It's just that women, knowing the nature of men, opt to make the 300,000K themselves these days. That's a bar. Jay Richards barred it right there. But the thing is this: 300K is less flossy, we can say, in the black community than less flossy in other communities than it is the black community. I guess what Darnell, he's kind of caught in the mix, the matrix. He'll be back. The point I'm trying to make is this: black men, at least by Pew Research, we are the most sexually active men, I think, at least in the US, if not on the planet. And we are 3 times as busy as our women are. The second most busiest women are Caucasian women. Caucasian men are the second most busiest of all men, but black men are the most busiest. Now, why am I saying this? And the reason I'm saying this is that it seems that the men in our community focus more time on sex with multiple partners. So what happens is that it's not good, it's not bad, it's just what the numbers came up to be. So with that said, it's like, think about it like this. Obviously, every other man of other cultures thinks less about, and not maybe thinks, but does less when it comes to sex, when it comes to sex partners. That's not good or bad or bad or good. That's just what it is. So they're spending more time doing something else. What are these other men doing other than getting shamed, whatever you want to call it? What are these other men doing? They're working on making 300K. They're working on making 300K. So the point I was trying to make, being productive. The point I'm trying to make, and I had been for so many videos, is that we want to run around and we want to be fly and we want to, want to be Austin Holloman, 50 women a month, Kevin Samuels, a rotation of 6 women, MTR, can't remember how many he's done. And then we want to have a wife and click our heels 3 times, follow the yellow brick road or whatever you want to call it, right? And become out of nowhere this traditional husband. You must be out of your cockamamie mind. It doesn't work like that. That's the point I've been trying to make. Is it doesn't work like that. Look. Okay. Oh, well, Diddy made millions, right? Well, look what Diddy did. He was cheating in peace. He was beating in peace. He was beating women in peace. He was cheating in peace. He was doing the mostest. He might be the black Weinstein for all we know. So where's the deal? And I'm not saying this to diss black men. What I'm saying is, fellas, if you really truly want to be in a relationship with somebody and you want that relationship to work and you want it to be good, you have to understand, where's the deal? You still got to be a deal. That's why women get dressed up. That's why women go work out. That's why women want to stay beautiful, because they know they need to compete too. They know they have to compete. Really, women don't, because men are thirsty. We just naturally are. But that's pretty much it. Yeah. Right here. I can't say it any better than this. I'll say black men just need to work on their productivity image first. Bars. Freaking bars. Let me play a little bit of more of this clip and then we'll call it a night. Here we go.
But I want a woman that's not so focused on the world, though. I don't want her so caught up in, us,
He wants her isolated so he can do what he does. And we all know what that is.
upgrading, a car and us trying to be in designer. Like, let's hit this goal that I have. I have a goal. I want you to.
Let's hit this goal that he has. Let's hit this goal that he has. Not he doesn't say we. See, I'm telling you, ladies and men, if you reverse the gender roles here. Notice how he said that. This is freaking important here. Listen.
And she'll have the things that are essential. But
essential, minimal, nothing. Minimal. Something you can do working at Starbucks. Here we go.
I want a woman that's not so focused on the world, though. I don't want her so caught up in, us, upgrading, a car and us trying to be in designer. Like let's hit
no luxury. You're getting minimal.
This goal that I have. I have a goal.
He has a goal. So basically, he wants you to live his goal. And if you don't like it, so what?
I want you to help me reach that goal.
I want you to help me reach that goal. So now he's starting to give it up. And what I mean is the truth. So you're going to have to work. That's what he's saying. Because otherwise, shouldn't he be able to reach the goal on his own? And the woman reap the benefits by taking care of the kids in the home? Man, this guy right here.
Now let me ask this. This is a Kendra question. So how will it work if she wants money to do something? Does she have to ask you for money, or will there be like a joint account and she's just at her leisure, she could go get money out the joint account?
Well, I wouldn't play with a woman at all. So if I dealt with her seriously, I'm gonna commit.
This is really bad language he's using, really. I mean, I'm not saying it's cussing or anything. It's just bad language. It makes him sound worse than, it makes him sound like who he is, actually. Tanya Sweat in the house. Wow, talk about equating that woman to merely property that he couldn't even pass on to the next guy. Yep. If something happened to him shaking my head, yeah. If something happened. Yeah, exactly. Basically, he's telling you he's broke. He just hasn't said it yet.
And so that means she will have access to my resources. As soon as I have access to her body, she's gonna have access to my resources.
Oh my God, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad I played this part. Oh, I'm glad I played this shallow ass part. Wow, listen to him. This is KS ideology 101. Listen.
Us, upgrading, you know, a car and us trying to be in designer. Like let's hit this goal that I have.
He is giving Backyard Crime Channel. Yep.
I have a goal. I want you to help me reach that goal.
So he does not give a fuck about you. He wants you to help him reach his goal, which means that you're going to have to work too and raise the kids. But he lied about being the provider, because if he was the provider, he wouldn't have to, he wouldn't need help. If he was a provider, he'd need help reaching his goal.
Now let me ask this. This is a Kendra question. So
Yeah.
how will it work if she wants money to do something? Does she have to ask you for money, or will there be like a joint account and she's just at her leisure, she could go get money out the joint account?
Well, I wouldn't play with a woman at all. So if
I wouldn't play with a woman at all. Why would you even start the sentence like that? Tanya Sweat, you can't simply isolate a woman from the world and expect her to be 50-50. That's stupid. And that's exactly what he's asking for. Jizzy B says this: Black men need fathers. Mommy don't raise dominant, ruthless alpha males with family structure. It's going to take therapy and training in the game. No fantasy zone. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. And this, dear people, is how incels are born. Bars. Because he ain't getting no woman in this day and age. Yeah. Not that way. He can go get on a plane or maybe, and yeah. Black males need evolution. All that alpha male shite is, yep, exactly.
if I dealt with her seriously, I'm gonna commit, and so that means she will have.
If I dealt with her seriously, I'm going to commit. The word "dealt" is really bad language. Let's see what else he says.
Access to my resources. As soon as I have access to her body, she's gonna have access.
So that's what he's about. He's about that shallow life. Wow. Unfortunately, I guarantee you, women still called him. Here we go.
To my resources, and I think that if a man wants to, he wants to have sex with a woman, that's grounds for a woman to say, "What's your finances looking like?" And
that's crazy. This guy has the most simplest form. Okay, I could tell he's not a very smart guy. A smart guy's not going to think like this.
And you should be able to show her that.
Listen, you are tapping emotions, Leo. They got questions for you.
Yeah.
Ashley said she's working for you. She's raising your kids. She's walking your dogs. Laughing my ass off. What's in it for her? Let's be for real.
Bars. Remember, I just said that. It's a bad deal.
What's in it for her? So I don't know why you guys don't value men nowadays, but I'm black and white.
Why? I mean, think about it, fella. I mean, you're not really offering that much, if any. I don't know why. This guy right here.
I protect my woman in not just the
No, you're not.
Physical sense, financial sense, but I spend time with her. I believe in family values.
No, you don't.
I don't believe in running the streets. I stay my home. I work out. I'm fit. I love God. That's the most important thing, I think.
You just said you didn't like spiritual. You did spiritual women was a deal breaker. And the first thing that being this guy, it must be dense. He must be really dumb, because loving God is a spiritual thing. Last I checked. Man, this guy is funny.
I think. And I'm continuing to strive to become the best version of myself.
Okay. I think this one's on your side. Mr. Patrick Spalding says, y'all have to look at the bigger picture. What he's saying isn't wrong. Most women just want independence from a man. That's why it comes off crazy.
No, Mr. Patrick Spaulding. The problem is this guy's probably not a very cool dude. And he wants to control a woman. That's all he wants. When you start talking that access to sex, why not? If just because you shouldn't even be thinking about access to somebody's body if you're in a relationship. You should be focused on, do we get along? Are they making me, do I feel good? Do I feel excited to see this person? This dude right here is the same black man. I could just tell. Man. Anyway, y'all, I think that's a good enough thing. We went for 3 hours, 43 minutes. I appreciate everybody coming through. I'm going to hit that beat. I'm going to hit that beat right now. Here we go. All right, let me kick in them shout outs now.
In this moment,
Jay Riches, Miss RV, Tanya Sweat,
it's not hard to fool me.
Erica,
'Cause I'm addicted
Tanya
to
Sweat,
the good life.
Miss on the stage, we had Mystic Moon and Arnell. Busy Bee now. Blackman. Down. You mean only in it?
So tell your good lies. 'Cause I'll find no better one.
In the clouds, in the casket.
Susceptible.
Guido, whoa.
Before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell your good lies. 'Cause I'll find a better one.
Mistress Newbie. Andy Ray.
It's not a problem. Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop me. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I.
Shout out to Phoenix Soul. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Yes, King Baby Great. Please leave here. Shy ass out. Please. Thank you, y'all. Right. I can be. God Christ.
So tell your good lies.
He's old.
So find a better one.
Put it down now.
Susceptible. Before the moment flies.
All right.
So tell your good lies.
Everybody have a good night.
Susceptible.